He ain't dying.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
So now that all that's out of the way, how's everybody doing?
Are we
Good.
broadcasting?
We are.
Okay, because my answer depends entirely on the answer to that question.
We're awesome. Thanks, Chief.
I'm doing all right.
Happy. Well, I guess it's different for everyone, but in Chicago, it's Pride Day. So happy Pride Day.
It's Bride Day?
Pride.
Pride! Oh,
Pride,
I thought
Pride.
Bride Day. Is that a thing? No, it was,
It was-
our Pride was Friday?
Ours was
Friday.
yesterday.
Ours was Friday.
Very cool. It's like a whole week. That's exciting.
Oh, that's pretty cool. We get the day, but I guess we're south enough to where I'm like, I'm glad we got the day.
They have a festival thing down waterfront. So
That's
every
very
day is
exciting.
Pride Day.
Everybody's
true.
proud of something.
It's also Father's Day,
Yeah.
some more
I guess.
I think.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Impy's a dad, so I guess that's something.
We wished Impy
It is a thing.
happy
It's
Father's Day
something.
when he logged in our own unique, disgusting manner.
That was me.
Think about your dad. I want to meet that dad. Do.
I just said
Oh.
happy sperm donor day. So
Exactly. Happy successful egg fertilization day.
I don't have children or a father, so I kind of forget until my wife is like, yo, I'm going to call my dad for Father's Day, and I go, oh, yeah, that's a thing. That and the majority of my Facebook feed won't shut the fuck up. Oh, look at a picture of my kid in the bathtub, or look at a picture of my dad in the bathtub, which is way weirder.
How many pictures of your dad did you get in the bathtub? Wait.
Personally, is 3 too many?
I think it might be.
This would be why at the beginning of the conversation was Gingy saying, "I do not have a dad. Don't know him."
Well, I mean, I had one. He's dead. You piece of shit.
Hey, do you have memories of him? There you go.
Yeah.
He's never really dead.
I was born from a cloud of spores.
He hatched. There's a little xenomorph egg in the back of Gingy's house that he just crawled out of one day.
No, it was much like a Small Wonder situation where my dad built me out of parts, and then we like to pretend he didn't touch me when he turned me off.
Did you sing the "I Got No Strings on Me" song after he died?
Oh,
I'm actually programmed to say it every day at 12. It's pretty rough. I can't turn it off.
That's terribly ironic.
I know. Isn't it the worst? The No
It's
Strings
really
on Me
awkward.
song is the biggest string I've got attached to me. It's really
exactly.
it's
It's very
poetic.
awkward. It's very awkward during business meetings when he's like, "So if you look at our progress, I got no string." Right in the middle.
Oh yeah, no, it sucks.
Does he do this every day? Oh yeah. Don't worry, it'll last for
Every
about
day.
30 seconds.
12 o'clock on the dot.
But you have to applaud, or he plays it again.
So we are starting a new game tonight, or at least a new story.
really?
We are.
I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous.
You should be.
Did you guys all read the letter?
Yeah.
I can't read. Damn it! My one weakness.
It made me sad.
Squiggles.
How did your character learn music?
Hey! I just listen and I pick it up, man.
It's one of those innate abilities.
Exactly. Okay. Letter, check mark. Right.
Don't worry about the letter yet. It's not a big deal yet. So you guys want to give us a rundown of your characters and who and what they do?
Sure.
Not everybody at once.
Steve, why don't you start us off? Train tracks.
I am the first alphabetically. So Bode is a member of the Brewers Guild. So his his lifelong goal is to find the ingredients for the perfect brew. And this leads him on like interesting journeys. So he's decided to while he's like on his travels to learn how to fight, because it's a dangerous world out there. So he's still somewhat bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to jump headfirst into the world and find out what it has to offer in the way of delicious alcoholic ingredients.
And not real food or companionship. You're just gonna get hammered until you feel enlightened.
It's good to have priorities.
Right.
All right. Who else do we have?
Apparently, I'm getting volunteered.
All right.
Go for it, man.
I'm playing Zardos Mesdir because I really wanted to make a character named Zardos, but I am Drow, so I spelled it with a TS, Zardos. But as a character, Zardos is the ripe old age of 292, and so he's still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for a shitty elf. But at the age of 250, he was possessed by a demon and was forced to watch himself murder his wife and 3 children. The fully cognizant in his own head, was just watching himself murder his family. And after a lengthy imprisonment, he kind of learned to communicate with this demon and started harnessing it, which has become a focal point of his magic. He pulls his magic from this demon, but his primary goal in life is to kill the demon or extinguish it, even though he knows that means that'll be the end of his ability to control magic and probably will also kill him. But he's consumed with it. That's all he wants to do. He's basically using the power he's stealing from his worst enemy to kill his worst enemy. So he used this magic to escape prison and was promptly exiled. He could never return to his drow community. He's now stuck on the surface, masked, so he doesn't have to answer too many questions about why the hell are you a drow and why are you on the surface. He's typically quiet, typically in hiding, and typically doesn't like to answer any questions about his background, doesn't like anyone knowing what his motivations are. He's just whatever opportunities presents itself that he thinks he can learn from to kill this demon, he's going to do it.
All right. Anything else?
Okay, I'll go. Renegade Fjorder is actually called Rain. She's a fire genasi. She is a cleric of Lathander. I hope I'm saying that right. She was raised by her mother, who was was also a cleric of Lathander, and by herself. And then later on, after she joined the clerics, she found out that her father was actually the leader of the Brothers of the Glorious Sun, which is an major offshoot of the Church of Lathander. He is also a fire genasi. That's how she is a fire genasi. She's very outspoken and very whimsical. She has a mouth on her. She's a redhead, so she likes to make snarky comments, and she's not afraid to fight. She likes to get up into the fray and smash things with. She has the fire genasi tendencies, and smells like brimstone, and she has a crackling, flamey voice, and her hair flames up and her eyes flame up when she's mad. Yep, that's her.
All right, go.
And I am playing the role of Nakron Tiag, a tiefling youth who is the opposite of Lady Fjör. I am cowardly and terrified of conflict, and don't have much of a courageous bone in my single little teeny body. I am currently doing the worst job possible as a failed squire to Lady Fjord and trying to find my way and be accepted. She is like one of the first people who ever accepted this little tiefling as something more than garbage to be thrown aside. So he literally offered himself up as a squire and would not take no as an answer.
Aww.
Oh, I forgot to mention, just because I find this interesting. I am playing. I'm playing with the new racial type, or the new type of sorcerer that Fifth Ed introduced recently. I'm a shadow sorcerer, which means I have some quirks, which include I never bleed or sleep, and I'm cold to the touch. I have to
What-
enter into a meditative state in order to recover things, but I don't actually sleep and I don't actually bleed, even if you were to cut me in half.
If someone were to try and heal you, would they be like? Would it be difficult for them?
No, I would heal, but you basically couldn't tell. Like, I wouldn't
Okay.
look like I'm being healed.
Yeah, I
I
feel
would
like if
just
someone
have
were to
give you a
like
thumbs up.
use non-magical healing, they would be like, I have no idea. Like,
Yeah,
maybe,
I mean,
like,
if you were just to like,
show the concept.
if I got like a really deep wound on my arm, I would probably wind it up. We would bandage it, but you really couldn't tell. Like, there would be no blood to stop.
I have the mental image that healing you is going to be trying to like repair some of the eternal people from that movie Death Becomes Her.
I'd
Just like
imagine.
got a
I would
cock and
imagine. I'd imagine like deep tissue injury repair on me would be like fixing a rug. Like, well, I've got it stitched together, so we're good, right?
So, are you like more resistant to damage
No,
since you
not
don't
at
bleed?
all.
Because I feel like
Just
if
don't
you
bleed.
don't, if you're in not danger of bleeding out, like, because like they would have
Out
to
of
like
character,
pierce
it's a
like
quirk of the class, not a bonus. So I can still bleed out. I just don't appear to be
Right.
The
bleeding.
visual representation of his life
Right.
force is not
Is it
accurate.
is it all
Yeah. I could my life force can be draining. It doesn't give me special gifts. I just never appear to be bleeding, and I'm cold
does
to the
your
touch. So
does your
I run
circulatory
on
system
demon
just
magic.
operate on shadows?
I think it
Yeah,
just
there you go.
runs on demon mojo. I think
Gotcha.
I think I'm just a water balloon full of bad hooju, and I think that's all it was.
If like a paladin or something sees you, will they be like, nope?
Well, I don't look ghoulish or anything. I'm just cold to the touch. If one saw me cut in half and I'm not bleeding out, I guess maybe, but I look like a normal drow. I just wear a mask, so I don't. I'm covered completely. There is no skin showing.
Cool.
Because I've been kind of being a half popper for a long time, and I cover up completely so no one goes, "What the shit, a drow?"
That makes
which
sense.
is which is probably the reason that Nacron really has made a very strange friendship with Sardos, because he's like, hey, look, a drow over there, definitely worse than a horrible, socially unacceptable tiefling. Drow over there.
Well, I'm like extremely hot to the touch all the time, so we'll share body heat and cool. If you're cold, I'll warm you up.
I'm pretty sure I'll just hiss at human contact. I say human.
Humanoid. It's close enough.
Humanoid contact.
So
He's a grump. He's a hardcore grump. Because he murdered his family, and he's not really that juiced about the fact.
I hate it when that happens.
I know, and he had to watch
Not the
it.
right way to start a Labor Day weekend, have to murder your entire family.
Yeah,
Not
it's.
the
I
right way.
mean, wasn't the plan, but you gotta learn to be loose and roll with the punches.
All right, so you guys have been you've been escorting this caravan for the last few weeks. You've picked up and gotten to know each other a little bit as you've traveled with this caravan. And this caravan, unlike a lot of like normal military caravans or something where you have, a bunch of guards and they're, it's very serious and somber. This caravan's been much different. It's almost been a cake job for you guys. Nothing's really gone on like that you've had to deal with. The wagons are just brightly colored. The people that you're walking with are always jubilant, always handing out wine and food and sharing and song and drink with you guys. So it's been a pretty easy trip so far.
I like these people.
Yeah. All right.
So you're probably 2-3 weeks in, and the people definitely dress differently than most people that you would see. Instead of like leathers and just kind of whatever drab colors they happen to have, these people are dressed in very bright layered clothing. So they've got like these flowing robes and these garments that are just bright. Even as you're walking through these fields in this like muddy dirt road, for whatever reason, the mud just never seems to stick to their clothing. And so you can always tell like who's part of your caravan just at a glance by like what they're wearing.
That makes it easy.
Yeah, like, that's convenient.
Yep.
So as one night, you guys have finished up. You've set up kind of camp. You've gotten the caravans kind of situated around a fire for the evening, and Ashley just hosted us. So sorry, hang on, I have to for a second. Ashley, thank you for the host. We appreciate it. Everybody watching on her stream, welcome in. But yeah, so you guys are setting up your caravans for the evening, and you've got kind of you're around the campfire and all that's ready to go, and a rider kind of rides up to the camp just as it's beginning to get dark, and he's in the same like colored robes that the rest of the people with your caravan are in, but he's not a face that you recognize immediately.
He's probably one of their people, but he hasn't been with us. Got it.
Right, exactly.
I will heroically, of course, go make sure Lady Fuhrer knows about this, and hide behind her, as is my nature. My lady, we have a rider. Right up there. Let me help you with your armor.
All right, let's go investigate.
Yeah, let's check him out.
All right, and he finishes approaching from the road. Let's call it from the east.
Is he moving fast?
He's on horseback. He's at a pretty good gait. It's not quite a gallop, but it's
Did you say
definitely.
it's a trot?
I think it would be a little bit more urgent than a trot. Whatever is
Does
like between a
urgent-
trot and a gallop.
Is
a
the
jog.
horse
Urgent
riding
trot.
Can we call it a trollop?
A trollop,
Trollop.
yes.
Trollop.
Trollop, a twin trollop.
Canter's probably the actual word.
Yeah.
Canter.
No, that would be the non-cool word. That'd be the real word. So does his horse? Does it seem to have the even though he is trolloping in a canterish way, semi-hurriedly? Does he seem to be having the same cool Uber effect that these people do? Like the mud from the trail isn't splashing up on the horse's legs. So he's in a hurry, but he looks good doing it.
Yeah, and
Is he side saddle and doing his makeup while he's at it?
he's actually standing on his hands, riding in the saddle. But no, seriously. Behind him is you're watching him kind of approach the camp. You're seeing this this fog and this mist kind of roll in behind him, and it's keeping pace with him.
What time of the day is this?
So it's evening. So you guys have finished setting up the camp for the night. It's probably 8 o'clock. It's dusk.
This is a cantrip for me, and I'm not using it as an attack. You can just hold light,
Okay.
and I'm gonna approach him with that in my hand.
Okay. And so he slows his horse down to an actual trot, and then as he approaches you, he kind of dismounts, and he kind of straightens out his robes and is making sure that they're all kind of laying properly and whatnot before looking over to you. And he says, "My lady," he says, "I have been sent to you to deliver a message. me and my people have heard of the work that you've done escorting this caravan, and we have something of a more pressing matter that we would like some assistance with.
Job's not done.
Good sir, we cannot leave these people on their own without escort.
He says, well, let me talk with your caravan leader for a moment. I'm sure when he hears the urgency of the need, that he will allow your leave.
Okay, wait here, please.
And he kind of gives you a nod.
And then go gather my posse.
Oh, right there behind you already. Because I've got like the bottom of your cape, holding it up off the ground to make sure it doesn't get muddy. It's standards to barrier.
All right, so you go gather everybody.
Yeah, and the leader, the caravan leader. I asked them if it's okay if we have this discussion, talk to, the other group, my group, make sure it's okay.
And he nods.
Damn.
And as you're gathering your group and like talking to everybody, he goes and talks to the writer for a bit. Just kind of like, and you could see them like, they look like they know each other. They start out with like this big hug and they're laughing and grinning and whatnot during their talks.
Okay, so it's not a stranger.
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
Shed a single tear for such an open sign of bromance. It's like, so beautiful.
All right, so we're gonna go talk to him, guys.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, my lady.
We'll entertain it.
Okay.
So we head on over.
And as you get over, the caravan leader that's been over talking to him smiles as you approach, and he throws his arms wide and he says, "My friends, this is my friend," and I can't remember his name, Agarl. He has a message of urgency that I think that we should hear.
Okay. And I give him a gesture to continue.
He says, I have been sent to deliver a message to you. Being that you are creatures of great honor, my master seeks aid, and he has enclosed this letter, and he kind of pulls out a letter for you to give you guys, which if you guys read the letter already, that's that letter. If you haven't, it should pop up on your screen now. But the letter states, it says, "Hail to those of might and valor. I am a lowly servant of Boravia. I send honor to thee. We plead for thy desperately needed assistance. The love of my life, Irene Kolya, has been affected by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot protect her. She languishes from her wound, and I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community, and I offer all that may be had to thee and thy fellows if thou shalt but answer this desperate plea. Come quickly, for her time is at hand, and all I have shall be thine." And it is signed Kolyan Arnovich, Brogsmaster.
What is the position of Brogsmaster?
So Brogsmaster is essentially like a mayor of a town or village.
Is it like the indigenous language to this area?
You have heard the term among the people that you've been walking with, and you've picked up enough like context clues to be able to piece together what the position kind of is. But it's not a term that you would use normally.
You're right, it's not a word in common.
It is, but it's like a different dialect.
It's like a dialect. Okay.
Yeah.
They're a dialect of common. Reflections are wrong from where you would normally hear them.
Where am I physically in relation to this person?
I don't know. We haven't drawn anything for this. Let's see. I'm gonna do terrible doodles.
Very close by.
We're just
Yeah.
4 abreast, all
Yeah.
equal distance, I guess.
You guys are kind of standing. If you were standing like some weird formation like this, he's probably here, just kind of right in front of you.
We are standing in epic opening monologue. Cool
That's right.
hero poses, right?
I'm not. I'm inspecting him. I'm really looking over, Arcana checking, just looking all over him.
Sure.
Sniffing around for magic like a dog.
Yeah,
hunting for a
sniffing
bone.
around for magic like a dog. It's like, you came out of nowhere
magic
and or a
sniffing
mist.
dog.
No, so he didn't come out of the mist. He was riding down the road, like you guys could see.
We saw him
a ways
riding
down.
for like most of the day.
Right, but wasn't the mist following him?
The mist was like kind of behind him, rolling in as
It
he
doesn't seem like
approached.
weird mist though. That's like normal weather mist, right?
Well, I'm not from round these parts.
Have you made your origins known to us, or are we just like, this is a weird guy in a mask?
This is a weird guy in a mask. You,
Okay, cool. So
might
we're
know
like,
that-
dude, chill out. Like, what's the deal?
you definitely don't know I murdered my family. It is my
Cool.
great shame. But you've probably put together that I'm Drow, just because I'm assuming,
We
we've
like
been
see
on
a
this for
bit
while.
in the shower, you know.
Oh,
can't-
I mean, I've had you scrub my back a couple of times, but
Right.
no, more like
right.
pull a leather glove off while eating. Like, took the mask aside, but the hood was still up. You could probably get some glances of gray skin.
Okay.
You can see my eyes
So
are
we're like,
quite pale.
okay, so instead of that, we'll probably be like, okay, so just so you know, sometimes when there's like, have you seen like rain before?
Just sort of like stare at him, like,
So okay, so like, do you see those up there? And he like points to some clouds.
Well, he didn't just come out.
I'm
of the
just
circle.
I'm gonna keep
Been for a
staring
while,
at you.
Yeah. So okay, so
I have
so
lived here for 50
clouds,
years.
They're like when they get really close to the ground, they look really weird up close. They're not like puffy and stuff. They're like misty and so like when they're down on the ground, they look like that. So it's like normal. It's not like a weird.
Zardos is gonna just cut him off and be like, I know, I'm normal.
yeah, no, for sure. We were just, if you're not from places where
Normal.
there's
Normal.
the sky.
Normal. I don't know what you're talking about. I am normal.
Zardoz, Nacron will lean in this like total stage whisper to you. It's okay. He often babbles incoherently. Remember, he's part of the Brewmeisters Guild and pantomimes drinking way too much and being hammered out of his mind.
He'll I have like a T-Rexy pose. like my arms are just real kind of in. And I'm just like nodding at you like a rat. Just like,
Good visual. Very good visual. I'm sold.
I'm gonna ask him to give us some time to discuss amongst us to see what we want to do.
He says, "Please take your time. It is at least a 5-hour ride through the Slavish woods, and that is not a place you want to traverse at night anyway. So please take your time." I know his accent is flipping back and forth. I'm trying to get the right one.
So we at least have a few more hours of kicking it with this world's most awesomest caravan people.
I'm going to.
I assume we're coming back to them if we don't die.
I don't speak loudly, so I'm going to get very uncomfortably close to the caravan leader, and just sort of be like, what percentage of the journey do you think we've completed?
He laughs very loud. He's like, "Sir, the journey is never done."
I like this guy.
What percentage of our contract do you feel we've completed?
Oh, there's a more pressing issue. As far as I'm concerned, you are done here, and free to take on this more pressing matter. We can find more caravan guards. That is not a problem.
I'm just gonna say, well, this.
Are they saying we're easily replaceable?
Yes, he is definitely saying that.
That's
I'm not
Oh,
saying that adventurers are a dime a dozen, but I've bought 13 of you for 10 cents.
it's true. We are pretty cheap.
Too close to reality. Ow! Ow! Right, that hurts. Ah!
Does he actually say that?
No.
Straight up bullseye toss right there. Well
Speaking
played,
of
sir.
speaking of how much you paid us, would you like to purchase some supplies from us before we leave? I've got a nice barrel of mead that I've made while with you.
He looks at you for. He's like, "Oh, Argyle didn't tell you. Oh, you've kind of been paid in half up front if you accept his job." I don't know
Oh.
why he forgot to mention that.
But
And
All right.
Argyle's like,
I would
kind
like
of.
to be paid for this job.
He's like, yes, in time. No problem. Argyle, you bastard! Why didn't you tell them that you had money for them? And you can see Argyle kind of like trying to hide the coin purse, and then he like realizing that it's not working, just kind of like slumps his shoulders a little bit. He's like, "Yes, fine, I have some money for them."
Bud like whispers to the crew. He'll be like, do you guys think it's like weird to talk about money? Like, did they not talk about money in these parts?
I'm
No.
gonna I'm gonna lean in real close to Bode and just say, I've been on tasks like this. Sometimes things veer off course, and we just never come back to where we started.
Oh, so they're like protecting their investment.
And so it's like,
Okay.
so we should probably get paid from the first people to.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just do the Jason, do they seem like they're on the up and up? Like
Yeah.
they're not trying to be okay.
No, not at all. Like
got-
Argyle's blushing a little bit. The fact that like he forgot to tell you about the money.
So he wasn't like hiding it from us.
No, not
we
really.
Can't blame Argyle because
Well,
keeping
we
the money
haven't.
close to your chest is
We don't
is
know what
just
our
savvy
contract
business.
was. We don't know what our contract entailed with these people, so we're kind of in the dark on that. So we're kind of negotiating for something we have no idea anything about. So, so is our contract up now? And
He
we're
said
getting-
we were good.
So our contract's in, so we're getting what we were promised, so we can break from this caravan equitably, right?
Yeah. He's kind of giving you the go ahead if you guys want to leave and take on this job.
Well, okay, we're good then. I'm gonna negotiate. a
I'm
new
gonna look
contract
at
with
both
this
and
guy.
say, who's paying more?
And he says, "Well, you were with us for 4 weeks, and this is the the caravan leader talking. He says you were with us for 4 weeks, and it was a 10 gold a week, so that is 40 gold apiece." And he looks at Argyle and he says, "Argyle, how much do you have in that purse of yours there?" And he says, "Well, quite a considerable amount more than 40 gold." And you can see that the coin purse on it that is actually pretty full. So this is like a big sack of gold.
Well,
I'm just gonna
So
thumb in
he's
his
just gonna-
direction and be like, I'm going with him.
Okay. Well, this
Might as
letter
well
did
buy books.
specify we were going to get paid substantially, so I do think that we need to come up with a short-term, if not full contract before we leave.
He says, "Well, this is Argyle. I know my accents are terrible tonight. They're not very different." Argyle says, "Well, my master has the details. But what I have is this letter and this bag of gold and the charge to come and find adventurers who would be helpful."
That sounds like good enough. I don't think there's really anyone that like who would we even give a contract to? I think this is more of a like you said we did type of thing.
Okay, so we've discussed it and we agree.
Fantastic! In that case,
We all agree,
let's
so we do it.
drinks all around and let's come tell stories and dance by the fire tonight, for tomorrow is a long walk through the forest of Slavich Woods and into Borivia.
Out of character, Jason, you didn't mention horses, right?
I did.
Okay, we have horses, right?
Maybe. Yeah, yeah, you've got horses.
You
That's fine.
you do. You have like a war horse.
And so, like the gypsies that you guys have been with, is they start cracking open just kegs of ales and like pouring out cups and passing them around, and like normally like they just kind of pour from wineskins and stuff, but these are actually they're opening a cask to pass the drink around this time. And they're having a celebration, and they're celebrating kind of the travel that you guys had with them, and you talk over like the minor incidents, and you laugh about stuff that's happened in the past. And all in all, you have a fairly good night with them.
Are they gonna miss us?
They are. Some of them are even crying.
Oh,
All in the fields.
That's
Oh,
great.
there it is. There's the fields.
that means you did a good job, you guys.
Jason, they remind me of Tinkers.
We measure how good we are based on the quantity of tears.
So the important question is, are they gonna miss us? Are they gonna miss us more or less when they find out how much stuff we possibly took from the caravan and how much damage our pets may or may not have done to vital parts of the caravan? Hypothetically speaking.
Goat.
Theoretically.
What did you take?
I'm just.
I think you're using "we" way too liberally.
Well,
What
this is
did you
team.
take?
This is team. This is all about team.
Yeah, you can steal on your own. I'm not stealing shit.
No, I would never ever steal. I'm just saying, my pet likes to bring back shiny things that aren't tied down and go, look what I got you. Sojo Buckwheat is not a well-disciplined rat. That's right. That's right. Anna named my pet.
I did not.
Anyhow,
Pet's name is Sojo Buckwheat.
His name is Sojo
Ask
Buckwheat.
me what my pets' names were when I was a kid.
I have a pet sewer rat whose name is Sojo Buckwheat.
So does that mean Anna had a childhood pet named Sojo Buckwheat?
She had one pet named Sojo and one named Buckwheat.
I guess that's better than giving your pet a last name.
I think our pets always shared our last name for whatever reason, just kind of as.
I feel like that, yeah, because you like adopted them.
All my cats have last names.
If they have their own last name, then it's like they're just like a person that happens to be living with you, like
Yes.
like they're a roommate.
Have you met cats?
Well, yeah, but I actually lived with a cat whose name was Dr. Pants. So I presume Pants was his last name.
My youngest cat's name is Dr. Orpheus. His first name is Doctor, and his last name is Orpheus.
That's beautiful.
We call him Dr. O for short.
Taco.
Doc O. I have yelled at him and called him Doc.
All right, so you
He
guys
says, Marty!
are you guys doing anything that evening? Or are you just kind of enjoying the celebration and then heading to bed?
We're gonna have party. We're gonna have super party.
It's like all things. Go ahead, Gingy. Sorry, go ahead.
I keep staring into the fire and clenching a fist, and then letting it go, and then clenching a fist. And every time I clench a fist, the fire starts going out, like it gets really small and weak. And then when I let go, the fire pops back up.
Okay. Are you doing this? Are you trying to hide that you're doing this, or is this kind of?
No, not at all. It's just like
Alright.
a nervous tick. I play with fire.
Okay.
I, of course, will. I will spend as much time as possible trying to join the merriment and playing my dulcimer, and then switching to the bagpipes when appropriate. Because every once in a while, you gotta play the bagpipes, and then we'll have to break off because Lady Fiora's horse needs to be prepared. I've got to polish her armor. I've got to make sure the horse's shoes are good and solidly on its hooves. I've got to polish her weaponry. It's not an easy job being a squire.
Anytime you play the bagpipes for more than 5 straight seconds, Zardos will kind of duck somewhere and barf. Like
Fair
the sound is too high pitched, and it just fucks with his inner ear, and he will just go. "Bah!"
which I will make note of because as a true bard, I have to recognize the offensive capabilities of my equipment. So it's like that's a potential weapon right there.
Is that like the brown note?
It is.
It's
like
kind
the
of like
brown
the
note.
brown note.
Is it-
Bode will offer Zardoz a hangover cure.
And Zardos doesn't drink, like at all. He's phobic of being not 100% in cognitive control.
If you don't drink, what are you barfing out?
And
Is it all just solid?
it is. I am barfing. It's more of a dry heave than things
Just-
coming up, but
Just sand and stomach acid.
just sand and stomach acid and pain. It's just regret coming out of him.
That's terrible.
Just a cold pudding like mash.
But after enjoying the merriment and preparing Lady Fiore's equipment and horse for the morning's travels, I will have to make my way around, carrying Sojo and making him apologize. Shozo says sorry, squeak, and paying for any damages and returning any goods he's stolen.
All right.
Damn it, Sojo! Don't steal from friends.
I'm
From
going to
Bode,
write
it's
in my
okay.
personality traits allergic to
Bagpipes.
bagpipes.
So you guys finally you wind down after partying and saying goodbye and talking through your trips and whatnot, and you settle in for sleep that night, and everybody has just restless sleep. Your sleep is just kind of plagued with this feeling that you're in somewhere foreign, and that there's somebody just kind of watching you, but it's just very, very paranoid dreams. Every time you go to you get that feeling, you go to look over your shoulder, there's nobody there. And so you all kind of experience this scattered throughout your dreams. They're not enough to wake you up, but enough that your sleep isn't as restful as you would have liked it to have been.
That may be a secondary effect of bagpipe music. Sorry about that, everybody. It's my bad.
So in the morning, you guys you wake up, and the guy that Argyle that rode up up the road to you guys to meet you is awake. He's got coffee ready for all of you. He's already far too chipper for most of you. He says, "Today we will go to my home of Borivia. You will see the sights in the beautiful valley laid out before you."
Beautiful sights, cool people, and that's where that's where the people from our caravan apparently are from too, right?
Nobody from the caravan has said that they're from there. So you don't know. He may just be claiming that that's his home. You're not sure.
Well, he greeted the dude who's the caravan master like best buds, bro hugs, and their attitudes and dress style is similar.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have met. It's impossible
They could
for
have
you
met.
to really
He's
tell.
adopted their style. I'm making the assumption and putting them together because, like any good bard, I'm not going to base any of my decisions on hard facts. I'm going to base them on the facts that I'd like to be there.
Alrighty.
Oh, you have the worst squire possible, Anna. If we have a potential battle coming up, I will build you up to be the greatest warrior who has ever trod the earth. Like, this is it right here.
That's
So
okay. You can be a distraction.
I am at that.
all right, you guys doing anything before you get ready for your trip, or rather, as you're getting ready for your trip?
Get the horses saddled, our stuff together.
Yeah, make sure we're ready for. Does it seem like it's gonna be? Did they say how long of a ride it'll be?
Yeah, you said it's 5 hours.
Or
5 hours. Yeah. So we, make sure everything's on nice and tight.
I will straight out admit to absolutely not. My character's backstory did not have the funding to actually have a horse or anything. So, like, Were the horses something that was part of like as being hired for the caravan? We got horses. Those of us who didn't have horses.
I bought you a horse.
There you go.
Damn. This
But
squire shit's
your
paying
horse is
off.
probably nicer than just like a regular.
Cha-ching.
Like you can probably.
You
like,
have a
your
mule.
horse-
You have a mule.
Perfect. Perfect. Steve, what was your first pet's name?
Oh my god.
Well,
Isn't that like? Yeah, don't answer that. That's a security question.
Yeah.
Let's not go with that.
yeah, right.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's a
right.
trap.
So fun story. I've never had a pet because everyone in my family was allergic to things, and now the person I
What
live
was
with
your
is like
mother's maiden
allergic to things
name?
too.
The last four of your I mean,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all right. Then I will.
What was the
I
name
will-
of your hairstylist?
Will carefully prepare my squire mule, which is totally appropriate, and of course on my mule is me and all of my ladies' extra weapons, armor, equipment, dresses, suitcase with her makeup kit in it.
I think you should call it
Oversized
tambourine.
hair dryer. I'm putting it up to a team vote. I put it in there for a listener vote.
Tambourine.
anyway, so you guys you're prepping for your trip, and you've gotten all your stuff saddled. Gingy, is there anything you're doing before you guys leave, kind of the caravan and the camp?
Nope.
All right, Anna, anything in particular you're doing?
No. Not
Okay.
Really.
Goat, you're taking care of armor and saddling up your mule.
I am prepping my lady stuff.
And Steve, what's Bo doing?
Yeah, he's gonna make sure that he's good to go for a nice long ride. Make sure he has some coffee because he's not feeling too awake this morning, and making sure double checking everything.
Okay. So you guys you saddle up, and most of the caravan they're late risers generally. So they're still sleeping as you guys are making your way off with Argyle. And it's a fairly uneventful ride for the most part. You've ridden for about 4 hours, and he's been talking pretty nonstop the whole time, just going on and on about how beautiful it is and just whatever he can think of to talk about. And this, you're starting to notice that like as you're riding and you're getting closer to Barivia, the trees are kind of changing. Where they were a lot of like very deciduous trees, you're now getting a lot of like pines and evergreen trees. They're also getting closer together and kind of it's making it hard to see through the undergrowth on either side of the road, and it's starting to actually, because of how thick the trees are getting, the light coming through has this filtered kind of look to it, and it's giving everything almost like a gray cast to it.
I want to get out my crossbow and have it handy.
Okay.
Yeah, Bo's gonna make sure his weapon's ready too.
All right. In the woods, as you guys are kind of riding through them into Barovia, they've gotten much more quiet than you would expect as well. So normally, you catch birds singing or something kind of tromping through the underbrush somewhere, but you haven't gotten any of that in like the last half hour or so. And
I'm gonna call his name out. What's his name?
Argyle.
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 His name is Argyle, my lady.
I'm gonna ask him if the forest normally has this feel to do it.
He says, yes, it's the trees here grow very dense and very tight together, and it makes it hard for the creatures to move easily. So everybody has kind of a lazy feel to them in the woods sometimes. Definitely during the day. At night, things get a little bit more active. And my dinner's here, so I will be right back.
By the
All
way,
right, see you later, Argyle. Good luck eating on your horse.
right? Good luck balancing that crock pot.
I was gonna say Argyle's got mad game. He's got the Domino's pizza delivery box balanced on the back of his horse's
There's
head.
like another horse that's starting to match speed with him with the little glowing domino on the horse's ass.
Nice. Nice.
Fentimans made a new soda, and I'm drinking the shit out of it because it's amazing.
Who? Fanta?
Fanta, fuck you and your
I couldn't tell what you said. I thought you said Fanta.
pedestrian soda bullshit.
Yeah, how dare I not piss away money buying super name brands? But please, what
It's
flavor
not a
is it,
super.
sir?
It's not a name brand. No one's ever heard of it. I'm a
Yeah, I've
fucking
never heard
soda
of
hipster. God damn it.
Fentimans.
Fentimans is it's fucking dope. It's my favorite soda. They started making cherry tree soda, is what they call it, which
Ooh.
is a fermented botanical cherry blossom beverage with fermented ginger and herbal extracts, and it tastes like a fucking trip through Happy Town.
Interesting.
I'm just sharing that because it used to be hard to get. I used to have to order it through the liquor store, and like the normal Fentimans, and then very recently our Target started selling it. So I was super jazzed about that. I no longer have to go bug the guy at the liquor store and wait for him to tell me when my soda comes in. But yeah, Target started selling them for shit's sake, and they have a bunch of like really rad soda flavors. But the cherry tree is dope. I'm really into it. It is good. So yeah, fucking
in-
comic books. I'm trying to think. I was like, let's kill time. Civil
Actually,
War is happening. Fuck.
There was a request. Type out the name of the soda in the chat.
I'll tell you what. I wasn't in Twitch chat just because I was afraid I was going to be distracted by it. But I can.
You don't need to anymore. If our chat on Roll20 shows up on
Right now it doesn't because we're in the game in progress paused screen.
Yeah. No, I'll just get on Twitch. That's chill. I can do Twitch.
You can Twitch
I've got
and
a
chill.
Twitch account.
Twitch channel and chill.
I don't broadcast on Twitch very often, but I do have an account.
That's how Sardos.
Oh god, audio.
That's how Sardos Mesder chills. It's like, you guys want to Twitch and chill? I follow the streamer. He's pretty hot. Click. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like super boring. No one's getting laid that night.
No. Yes. Everything like the streaming's built into the Nvidia Shield box, so it'll be like I'll just forget I'm broadcasting, and people will be watching me play a PC game for a minute, and then like we've been watching him watch YouTube videos for a half hour. I think he forgot we're here.
It's like performance art,
right? He's just been on his couch, singing to his cats for like a day.
You see someone coming in, you're like, dude, you watch some weird ass porn.
Though I am probably gonna start playing Overwatch. That might be worth streaming, but
yeah, do it.
I know.
Jason and I were playing the other day.
I went to Best Buy to buy it on Friday, but then they had a dusty old Metal Gear Solid 5 Collector's Edition sitting in the corner going, does anybody want this? And I just went, piss, and bought it. Because I'm a huge Metal Gear fan, and I missed the window for the pre-order or for the special edition last time. And then I saw it sitting there, and I said, fine.
Did you see the stuff for Kojima's new game that they were trying to?
Oh my god, dude! Me and my wife went to the PlayStation event at theaters. We watched the press conference at a movie theater.
Nice.
Which that's always good because the tickets are always free, and they always give you stuff. Like we got like a big E3 like cup thing, but in it had like a code on a VIP badge that got me $10 in PlayStation Network money, a free copy of Ninja Turtles, some themes and things like that, just like a bunch of shit. And it's free. There's like, hey, who wants to come watch our press conference at a movie theater? And my thought is that's more comfortable than watching it on my computer. Let's go. They always give you cool stuff. We've been doing it for like the last 3 years. But yeah, I made weird noises out loud pretty hard actually when they were like, "Oh, by the way, Kojima's here," because I mean he just unveiled the logo for his new company. I would not have expected that there was going to be any kind of, and I know it was shot just for E3, but I wasn't expecting anything about a new Kojima game for a couple of years, and
Yeah,
I
seriously.
lost my damn mind because it looks great. And I saw a great thing on the internet that made me laugh really hard of behind the scenes of Norman Reedus holding like a fake baby covered in like the tracking dots, and it just said when Sony writes you a blank check and you just want to make your friends do weird shit. But yeah, no, real
Yeah.
into it.
Somebody asked what type of soda you were talking about.
I know. I just joined the chat, and the only thing I see as anyone saying was goat. Just nothing but goat. Goat for days.
Well,
Goat, goat, goat.
As Azaran asked at 5:28.
He
what is this
probably
thing
he
called?
probably covered it up by typing so many things.
Probably. It is
You can
let's
even
see, let
say
me
how to
spell
spell
it.
it, and I'll type it for you. buddy.
I'm in chat. God damn it, I'm typing.
Type faster.
The audience is waiting. Gingy is typing. Tick, 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 tick. Fentimans.
Yeah, it's becoming easier to get. I used to have to special order it, but now it's showing up, and I mean at Target of all places. It's not exactly like a fucking foo specialty shop. It's a goddamn Target. Target was starting to sell it, and I'm pretty happy about that. It makes about the best damn bourbon and Coke you'll ever drink in your entire life. That's for sure.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds crazy.
Faux shizzle. But yeah, what else is going on? Started playing Warcraft again, so I'm sorry to my sponsor. I was 11 months clean and sober from Warcraft.
You got to turn in your coin.
I had to turn in my coin and
And then,
put
you know,
on
when
my
you quit,
chef's
quit
hat.
again, you could be like, I got 1 day back. 1 day.
I'm not overly ashamed. There was a few people at work who I had to say it in a very I'm playing Warcraft again. But yeah, it's just like Warcraft is the game I play when I'm not currently playing another game. I was playing Black Desert for a while, and that game is great. But the new Warcraft expansion is it's enticing enough to turn
So,
in my chip.
so you would recommend Black Desert?
Yes, very much so. Black Desert was great. I mean, I say was like I'm never going back. I'm sure I'll log in.
Black Desert is a good MMO. However, you are going to go back and continue to play WoW because it's a format you are familiar with, and you're like, let me see what the new expansions are like. Let me see what the new flavor is. Let me see what the new toppings are on the dull vanilla ice cream.
Eh, yes, basically. Black Desert's a very different MMO if you're used to a Warcraft style. It doesn't guide you like Warcraft kind of guides you from area to area. Like here, do these things, and by doing these things, we're gonna kind of nudge you over here where you can do those things, and you just keep doing that until you find yourself max level. Um, Black Desert is more of a sandbox where it's like, here's the world, bye, and and you have to go find stuff to do. And the stuff I found myself enjoying weren't even things I knew I could do. I started developing trade routes between cities so I could sell my fish at higher prices, which sounds real boring, but I had a really good time doing it. Like it's some weird combination of like an old pre-Warcraft MMO and like Civilization.
Nice. Did any of you ever play Arcade?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's actually a good. That's a good
Speaking
analogy. It's
of,
it's
like,
quite
trading.
arch agey.
Awesome.
I don't know where'd you find it if it's that expensive. I don't think it's that expensive. It's like for a 4-pack, I think I paid $6 for it.
That's expensive.
That's
Well, I
expensive.
mean, yeah, but it's not like it's not
A 4-pack of-
flabbergasting.
Yeah, it's
but
not
it's like
$20.
How
but,
much? Okay, how much do you put in a vending machine to get a 20 ounce?
Nothing.
All right, normal human beings, when you go to a fucking vending machine, what do you pay? Because at my job, it's $2, and they're
Yeah,
less than
Yeah,
$2
it's
a bottle.
at least two.
Right.
You don't
So
get a
it doesn't
four-pack out of the vending
seem
machine. It doesn't
no,
seem that expensive,
but
but
I'm
I have
pricing per bottle.
I have to
Per bottle, it's
I have to have the listener slash viewers back on this. Azran's expense. Damn, that stuff's expensive. Because when I can
well, I'm
go
just
to
saying,
the
like maybe
store and
you
get
found it on a website and found like maybe they way gouged it. Something like I bought it at Target for $6 for a 4-pack. Which, yes, not the cheapest cola in the world, but it's not like, you know, like I pay $2 to get a Coke at work, so for me, it's not that shocking. Plus, it's real good.
Now, if it was like something I would drink maybe once a week, yeah, that would be fine.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I do. It's I drink it either with booze or like it's like my game. I usually get like a treat for game night, and I don't drink every night. I might drink 3 days a week or so. So like
I've had some really bad experiences lately with alcohol, so I just completely stopped. I don't know what it is.
I started working with a bunch of Catholic teachers, and holy shit, do they drink? I struggle to keep up at every like event where there's free booze. We like had like a end of the year thing last week, and they were just like, "All right, everyone, free drinks between 3 and 5." And then I woke up on Saturday.
You woke up on Sunday, you mean?
Yeah, right.
Steve, that would be a sign that you may have gotten roofied.
and
Steve passed out, woke up on Sunday, had a new tattoo on his lower back. He doesn't know what happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Butterfly.
It's yeah. I didn't even like have anything crazy happen. There were people that were like, "Oh yeah, like so and so like made out with someone. We're not sure who."
You don't have you air quote didn't have anything crazy that happened to you that you have any memory of.
No, well, so there were people that were like, "No, like we were like they would have told me."
That's weird. I think I disconnected for a second.
Our glorious GM.
I have like significantly more straight-laced friends than me, so they like don't really drink as much when we go to events.
I'm back. Everybody good with their break?
Hey Anna.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that your favorite person in comic books just got super died.
What?
Yeah.
She didn't die.
Super died.
No.
Yeah.
And Anna, this is for reals this time. They will never retcon.
Right.
Bring that character back ever. For
She
reals.
died before, has she?
I
don't think she has.
I don't know if she has. I wasn't gonna say who.
Yeah, that's
because I don't want to like. Well, it might matter. Someone's listening might be all like.
Spoiler alert for all watchers.
Fucking spoiler alert! Fucking
Marvel
somebody died.
Bring back a lot.
Fucking spoiler alert! Civil War II just murdered 2 people in a heart-wrenching way.
Good.
Civil War just started. We're on issue fucking 2, and they've already knocked off a couple of people. This is gonna get hardcore.
All right. So you guys were. I'm assuming everybody's there, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you were walking into kind of the edges of Barivia, and you're noticing the kind of the scenery change in the forest, and kind of
sashaying even,
and the light kind of filtering a little differently just because of the trees around you. And I believe that Anna had gotten out a crossbow. Is that right? Okay.
And crossbow.
All right, and everybody roll me perception checks.
Ready.
Okay. Yeah, everybody give me perception checks.
There it is. That work?
Nailed it. Start the first roll on a 20.
I don't notice anything because I'm busy trying to unsling my dulcimer to play appropriate mood music for this ride through the spooky forest. Again, I am the worst squire ever. Do not expect me to be ready.
God, I'm just trying to think this new fucking character sheet. Like, where is it?
I know, it's like, derp.
I
It's
would
somewhere
love to
around here.
roll for this.
Should be on
You
the
shouldn't have to
left.
scroll down at all. It should be up top.
Make sure your core is showing, or show all is selected, one of the two.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't go whipping out your core. There's ladies present.
I really like this
Speak
character
for
sheet because
yourself.
literally everything is on.
Oh,
the
okay.
page.
Wop.
Thank you. All right, so let's see. It's gonna be Bode and Tarzaz. You guys are walking kind of on the right hand side of the road, and as you're approaching, you're on edge now that the forest has made this change a little bit, and you catch the scent of just like death hanging in the air. There's something rotten not far off.
We still can't hear anything.
No, it's still very, very quiet.
I'll be like, hey guys, be ready. I smell something dead.
I sort of just. I'm assuming you meant me when you said whatever you said about my name.
Yeah.
I said guys.
No, he called me
Oh.
like something.
Oh, he said he
to
he said the
Sardos.
T. He said the T.
It's Tard.
Tardos.
Tard.
Yeah, it's a silent S.
It's a silent tard, so it's just Saz. But I'm basically just since. So are we up front since we sort of perceived?
Yeah, you guys are probably up front just a little bit and off to the right, whereas they're kind of behind you and to the left.
I'll just
I'm gonna
stop
take-
in my tracks
gonna
and
take
put
that
a hand
extra
up in
front.
the air. Like, hold up, everybody.
All right,
I'm
you
just-
guys.
I'm gonna
Look around.
dismount actually and like very quietly like walk over to where I think this smell is coming from.
Now, remember that description of walk quietly if you self-describe as covered with weapons and armor.
Yep,
All right, so
I've got my glaive out.
so the scent leads you kind of about 15 feet off the road, kind of into the underbrush, and you come across this human corpse that's just kind of half buried under the leaves and whatnot. It appears to be a young man, and judging by his clothes, you can guess he's probably was a commoner or something. His clothes are kind of muddied.
What state of decay?
He's been there for a little bit. His clothes are muddy. There's some claw marks all over him, and crows have been like pecking at the body. He's definitely been there for several days, and he's got this kind of crumpled up envelope in one hand.
Uh-oh.
But there's no crows right now.
There are not.
Okay.
Did we
I'll
all
be like,
they just go?
yeah. Did anyone? Yeah. It sounds like no one came with me. So I'm gonna be like, without shouting, because I don't want to like make too much noise. But I'll be like, guys, body. And I'm gonna look at the scroll in his hand.
Okay, I'm gonna ask everybody to stay here, and I'm gonna go investigate, get cleric, all that stuff.
I
Okay.
will heroically hold the reins of both your horses while staying on my mule's back. I will not. Oh, you're not going to get off your horse? Sorry.
No, I'm getting off my horse, but
Yeah. I'm doing my squirely duties. I'll hold your horse for you, my lady. I'll hold your horse for you. Don't mind that chattering sound. It's just my teeth. It's cold here.
Can I do a check on this body?
For what?
Cause of death, thing
Yeah.
weird about it.
Yeah. You can either give me a perception check or a medicine check.
That's big.
Okay. It's favored. All right. And you guys give me your initiative rolls too.
Oh, good. Good for us.
Okay, click on the thingy, then click on the initiative button. Is there?
Oh, God.
Gingy, you really want to do something, apparently.
I am so in it.
We are properly ready to panic.
Right. Yeah. My brooding level 1 ass is so ready to die.
All right. And Steve.
Waiting on Steve.
Yeah, I
Fucking
got really
Steve.
excited and closed the window.
Oh, that I used to get overexcited like that.
It's just been a long time.
It's been a long time. So this never happens to me at home when I roll initiative.
It doesn't usually happen. Oh, no, that's not an initiative. What the fuck?
Yeah, that is initiative.
Initiative, buddy. You got it. You got it.
I was looking at the, I was like, heavy axe. What is...
Roll heavy axe.
All right. So Anna, you're investigating the body, kind of looking him over, and it looks like he's got several deep kind of gouges that look like they're claw marks that are just kind of have opened up his abdomen.
Ew.
Oh, good. Good
As
for
I'm
us.
investigating, I'm talking to Bode and telling him what I'm finding, sharing my.
Okay. You guys doing anything else?
I'm gonna search the.
Yeah,
body.
what's this this letter that, or this scroll that I picked up have on it?
So it's got got this wax seal around it, kind of keeping it closed. It looks like it has been cracked, but it doesn't look like it was done intentionally. It just looks like kind of the way that he was holding onto it and the way that he was gripping it. He may have broken the seal by accident. So the water, or the page is a little water damaged from having been out over a couple of days and in the forest here. But you're able to read through it and make out most of the details. But it looks like it's a copy of the same letter that Argyle had.
Shit.
Well, shit. Is the seal like something that's on our letter?
It is.
Okay.
Good.
Cool.
They're
For us.
far enough. They're like 15 feet away from like the trail, right? They had to go off the trail.
Yeah.
So those of us still on the trail have no idea what the note is.
Right.
To be
Bode will be,
Okay.
Bode will be like, what the fuck, Argyle?
No. I was gonna straight out ask Argyle. He's not a burgermeister. He's not a burgerster. That was the guy who sent the letter. He was a burgerster.
Burgermeister.
So Lord Argyle, is this the same path you rode to find us on? Was that body there when you came to find us?
He says, I appreciate the compliment, but it is Sir Argyle. It's not Lord. Unfortunately, I don't own land. But as far as that body being there and this being the path, it very well may have been. This is the path that I took, but I was not aware if it was there.
I'm gonna take the note and any other personal items on the body. Me back to Argyle and tell him that because he said his master sent out multiple letters looking for people. Is that right? Is that what he said earlier?
No, he hasn't mentioned anybody else looking for anybody.
Oh shit. Okay. Shit. I'm gonna have whisper to Bode to go tell Gingy. How do you say your name?
Zardos. Like Sean
And you
Connery.
gotta make the Zoltan symbol with your fingers when you say his name. Zardos.
Okay. Sorry. That we think that Argyle might be an it might be a trap for us.
Do you want to confront Argyle about it, or do you want to be like?
I want everybody to know what's going on before we do.
Okay, yeah. Let's go do that. So we'll come back, and be like, you said you saw claws on it.
Yeah.
So we can like publicly tell everyone that, or like it looks like it was killed by a clawed creature. It might still be in the area.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out. Let's head out again.
Wait,
While
wait.
we're riding,
Does the body have any identification?
I took all its personal information. I don't know.
So no, there weren't any kind of personal identifying.
I don't think we
things.
wear IDs in this world.
No, I don't mean a fucking ID. I mean like.
I know.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Jesus.
So he was.
There's not
was,
like a deed to a house.
I was like, I'm
with
gonna
his
dust for
convenient
Prince.
signature.
He didn't have any personal like belongings. It didn't look like he had like a family ring on or a necklace or anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
He was just in simple peasant's garb. He was probably a
It's
messenger.
like a library card. I mean, does he have a horse license?
Did he look like Argyle?
He's got a learner's permit, so he has to ride a pony.
So as far as any kind of identifying marks, no, he was just in very common garb. He does not look like Argyle. He's much younger, and he's not wearing like anything colorful.
What does he look like? Are people in this region like distinctive in any way as far as like skin tone, hair color, facial structure?
You don't know. You've never been here.
Well, I mean, so the
God damn it.
gypsies and Argyle, do they look like each other?
A little bit. They definitely do. But this guy that you found does not look like them.
Okay, cool.
I got you, Steve. Steve's not. Bode's not being racist. There, he's going regional people. Maybe their skin is a tone, their hairstyle's slightly different. But this guy was just a throwaway peasant. He wasn't one of the cool people.
So, Argyle, did your master send out any other messengers for this?
He says, "I don't know. It's possible. I don't keep track of what my lord does all the time. But yes, I suppose.
Does he seem like he's lying?
Roll me an insight check.
Yeah.
Can I do that too?
You can't tell.
Can I do that too?
Are you guys? Yeah, that's fine.
Because we're kind of questioning.
Just listening in. I'm sure Bode's lying. he's not a trustworthy sort.
So no, it doesn't appear that he's lying.
You think that I'm incredibly trustworthy?
No.
Let me roll a persuasion.
It's those Burgermeister skills. Oh, you don't want to try persuasion skill on me. I'll counter persuade and I'll owning your horse.
Okay.
It's like,
Well, if
God
we-
damn it! All right, so that's why you think that I'm lying all the time.
Exactly. You are not a persuasive guy for me. It's like I don't trust him.
I'm gonna announce that how he was killed and that he was carrying this, and I'm gonna open the letter and read it out loud so that everybody can hear.
That's the same note we were read. Dun dun dun.
And then I'm gonna look at Argyle.
Well, no, it
He shrugs his shoulders. He's like, my lord may have sent someone else out. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
you know, acting as proper squire, which is keep the peace, of course. Lady Fiora, it doesn't seem like Sir Argyle is doing anything nefarious. It's just he was dispatched as a more reliable messenger. Obviously, this Burgerster Inderovich is in dire needs. He dispatched several messengers. It's just Sir Argyle was the more competent one who made it through.
Let's see if Argyle can identify the body. He knows the person.
So he walks about 5 feet off the side of the road, kind of following you guys, and then stops. He's like, "No, I go no further. That smell is too much for my stomach."
I give him a handkerchief cover his nose.
He tries to take a few more steps and then he shakes his head, covering his face with the handkerchief. He says, "It's too much. It's too much."
Oh, okay.
Here, have some smelling salts.
Do you actually have smelling salts?
No, I don't.
Yes.
I pulled up a leaf from like the ground, and ripped it up and be like, stuff this in your nose.
Roll me a nature check, Steve.
Okay.
Go!
Do you want to? Can I do persuasion to just be like, just do it? Or is this like to see if I accidentally give him poison ivy?
Roll me a nature check. So, you grind up these herbs, this herb that you just kind of randomly pick up off the forest floor, and his eyes get real wide as he's watching you do this. Roll me a Constitution save.
Oh my god!
And you know what? Since I'm just holding the horses, I'm going to not even whisper it, but it's you'll have to forgive him there, Sir Argyle. He's again part of the Brewers Guild. I'm pretty sure there's alcohol damage at all times.
So your hands begin to itch a little bit, just kind of irritating. It's not anything that's really affecting you, but he just shakes his head. He walks back to the path, like trying to catch his breath. He finally like pulls the handkerchief from his nose. He says, "It's too much, too much."
Alright, so I'm gonna pick up the body and drag it back to him.
And he will like he watches you do this, and he's going to backpedal just kind of away from the smell. He's like, "No, I will lose my food. No, don't bring that rotten thing here."
Okay, we got it. We got it. Uh, excuse me, Sardas. Can you hold these reins, please?
Nakran, can you draw a picture of the body?
No. I as long as if Mr. Sardas will hold the reins of the horses, and I'll heroically
Hold
side
the
up my
reins.
mule.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
take Zardoff's, what's his name again?
Argyle. Argyle's the guy.
Argyle aside and say,
Like
sir,
sucks.
we need you to try to identify this guy. Please just go up there real quickly and view the body.
Milady, I've got this. As your squire, I'm here to facilitate obvious tough situations. How badly mangled? I'm going to steel myself and walk over. And how badly mangled is the corpse's face? You said the body's all ripped up. Is the face relatively intact?
No, the face is fine.
Disguise self. Make myself. I don't care about the bottom half, but it's like I can approximate the clothing. Make my face look like this guy's face. Walk back out. Have you ever seen this before?
He shakes his head. No.
Okay, there you go. My lady, there you go. This is, I just, you can see the illusion here. I'm trying to look like the corpse there as much as possible.
I pat you on your back and say, good job, man, good job.
She gave me a compliment, guys. Come on, high fives all around. The first compliment she's given me as a squire, ever. Totally mixed up with that time I put the shoes on the horse backwards. Totally. Single tear.
So Argyle kind of gets back on his horse. He's definitely, his mood has changed since all this has gone on, and he's a lot more somber and quiet as he kind of continues down the road.
Okay.
And just to give you guys some idea of where you are. So you guys are roughly about here.
Where's here?
Yeah, did you ping somewhere, Jason? Sorry.
I
Yeah.
didn't zoom out. Okay, there we are.
So you're coming in from the east, and you're here.
Oh, east. I was in the wrong corner. Duh. Because we're trying to go to Barovia.
So as you guys continue walking through the path, it takes about another 15 minutes or so, and the fog kind of spills out of the forest behind you, and ahead you can see kind of the woods continuing on both sides of the road, and down the hill ahead of you, you can see that there are these two huge iron gates that kind of hang off of some stonework columns. And as you approach, you can see that there's definitely been like some claw marks into the stone, and the gates are kind of creaking and rusted as you're kind of walking close to them. You can hear it kind of roll over the hills. As you get closer, you can see at one point these stone columns had these huge figures, armored knights kind of carved into them, or carved kind of ahead of them. But now the heads of each of the knights kind of lay in the weeds at the base of the gate.
Oh. That's very sad for those who appreciate good artistic design. Oh. Statues are not headless.
Argyle, this does not seem like the great city village you were speaking of. This seems like a desperate call for help.
He says, "Oh, that is from wars long past. And in fact, my village is in fact a few days' ride further. We are now, however, actually in Bolivia, so you have made it to my home."
Is it, Sir Argyle, is it always this foggy?
Oh, the fog, it comes and goes. Mostly comes.
It's like Steve.
Yeah, it does. My man. High five.
Are we still doing phrasing?
What? Yeah, I was like, what if like that? Everybody knows Steve just comes all the time and he never stops. It's in the way. Actually, it's a problem.
It's like Cyclops. You need to wear a special codpiece.
It's just devastating.
Sorry, I didn't actually transfer over everything I thought I did, so I have to go grab something real quick. Okay, but yeah, so you guys are about here, where these kind of columns are at this point, and give me perception checks.
Perception.
This place is most spooky.
The fog has made it difficult to look through my mask, and I'm just shrugging at nothing.
Derp. All right. So Steve, you're really the only one that catches this. After you kind of cross under the gates and through kind of the rusted gates that are still hanging there, you catch glimpses through the treetops of this kind of imposing figure up on a cliffside. And it's this large castle that's just kind of stationed there. It's definitely in the distance, and you're just able to catch glimpses of it, but it's to the west.
And Steve's the only one that sees it?
He is.
Yeah, I'll tell everyone. I'll be like, hey guys, there's some kind of castle up there. Is this on our map?
Yeah, so it would be this right there.
Oh, okay.
Sir Argyle, are we going? Does the how do you say that? Is it Burgerster?
Burgerster?
Burgoster. The Burgerster. Does Burgerster in the Rovich live in that castle?
He said,
Are we going
no,
there?
no, the devil lives in that castle. That is castle.
Why is that? Like, why is there a devil castle so close to the village?
That is Castle Ravenloft. The Devil Strahd lives there.
Why do you guys live so close to the devil?
Oh, I do not. My home is beyond Castle Ravenloft. Several days travel.
That seems like a smart decision.
Yes, there are those that live under the watchful eye of Castle Ravenloft, and I do not envy them.
Ravenloft. Does that trigger any?
Yeah,
memory?
do we know that name? I feel
Is that
like
your trigger?
No.
Yeah.
So
So
it wouldn't be anything that your characters have heard.
Okay.
because it's not part of the history of our country.
He says, but there is this village, Barovia, at the foot of Castle Ravenloft. And there are those that choose to live there, although I don't know why. We will ride through the village of Barovia on our way, and you can see the people there.
We're not like spending the night there, right? We're just gonna.
He said,
Pass through.
well,
Well,
we
isn't
may end up
Barovia-
there for the night.
Oh, we will end up there for the night. That
Isn't God? I'm gonna say the guy's name wrong. Indorovich, isn't he the burgoster of Barovia?
No, he's the burgoster of Vlaki, which is another settlement in Barovia. There
Oh,
is
I see
there
it.
is
It's
the
up there.
city or the village of Barovia, and there is the country of Barovia.
Oh,
Somebody was not very original when they named things.
It's like yeah. New York, New York.
Maybe it
no,
was
I
a family
was
name. I
confused.
don't know.
I was confused by the note. I was like, wait a minute, this guy's like taking us to Barovia. It's like, no, we're not going to the village of Barovia. Now I get it.
Cool. Argyle, do you have any friends in Barovia, or are we gonna just stay at an inn there?
There is an inn at Barovia that we can take advantage of. And then I must run an errand while we are in Barovia. That should not
What-
take me too
what kind of
too
errand?
long. Oh, I need
I
to
thought
go.
it was gonna be 5 hours, not 5 hours to get here.
It was.
Go to the barster.
Do it.
Oh no, it was several days. It was going to be several days for us to get to the Burgermeister,
Yeah.
Burgoster,
Oh,
Burgoster,
It was
I see.
5 hours for you guys to get to the country of Barovia.
Barovia.
Oh, okay.
And he says, I have an errand that I need to run that will take me about the rest of the day. And I will leave you in Barovia in an inn, get you checked in, and then tomorrow morning we can continue our trek.
What was his answer to my question about what errand?
He says, oh, I need to go deliver a thing and talk to Madame Eva.
Madam Ava.
Who's Madame Eva?
Oh, she's this fantastic lady. She has this camp that her and her compatriots keep kind of on the outskirts of Ravenloft so that they can keep an eye on things but not be too close to the Devilstrad.
Okay. Sounds like a useful person to know. What are you delivering to her?
There was this this artifact that she requested that I bring back for her, which I got from your caravan leader. So I'm going to complete that leg of my delivery.
Interesting. What kind of artifact is it?
I don't know. I try not to pry into those things.
Can I see it?
So that's very rude to do. Asking a that'd be like asking Lady Lady Fuhrer very particular is about everything she owns. Oh, I want to see that. I want to see that. He is a knight of some kind. He's a roaming knight, Sir Argyle. He is a titled person. That's very rude to do that. Don't do
To
that.
do what?
He
Do
says,
what?
Oh, I want to see that. I want to see that. You're transporting something. I want to see that. Oh, you're transporting something in confidence. I want to see that. It's like, don't do that. That's rude.
Well, maybe we'll be able to shed some light on what it is you're doing. Aren't you curious about what you're transporting?
No. Madame Eva has been of great help with me and my people when we need it, and I do this out of respect for her. I don't ask questions.
No, that's very admirable. So you're the kind of guy that doesn't really ask a lot of questions.
If I get paid or somebody needs a thing done, I don't ask questions. I do. So you guys continue walking, and it takes you probably another 2 hours or so to get through the rest of the Stalvich Woods. and you come out to this kind of opening, and you can see the river kind of running to the south. You can you're actually, it threw you off when you first heard it because you had gotten so accustomed to like not having any noise, and it just being very still, that it kind of almost shocked you for a minute, as this river is kind of rushing by here. And you can see the village of Baruvia ahead of you, and like, all right, well, it's going to be another couple hour ride. And Argyle tells you, he's like, well, you will probably arrive around noon to the village of Baruvia, which gives me plenty of time to complete my my journey and my delivery, and then meet back here, and then we can continue in the morning.
Sounds good. Is there much to do in the village?
No. The Barovian people are a, how do you say, a docile people.
A dire people?
No, docile. Calm.
Docile. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Your connection between our horses must be bad. I only got part of it.
You gotta keep the string between the cans tight.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sorry, I had to travel through a tunnel for a moment.
Yeah. The underbrush here is really, really thick.
Actually, I do have an important question, Sir Argyle. As you have obviously taken note of, but the burgoster does not seem to care who he hires to get his job done. But the villagers in Barovia, how do they feel to non-human type races? Because one of us is human. The rest of us are a bit different looking.
He says, oh, I doubt they notice. They are a...
Doubt they notice.
They are a, how do you say it? Complacent? Complacent people.
Zardos, like an old burn victim, is just like tightening the straps on his leather gloves. Just make sure there's no skin.
It's like, yeah, I mean, our knightly cleric, she looks like an attractive elementalist type that looks like a human. You got like the bastard race going here. You've got Mr. covered with leather hiding himself from all to see, and one human. One of us will be welcome.
Pulls that hood a little farther down.
He's like, I doubt that they care. They are not a passionate people at all.
Is something about like being near the castle, like does it have an effect on people of some, like why are they so docile and willing to live in a dangerous place?
I don't know. You would need to discuss that with them, because I have very different opinion on that.
Is there someone that you think that we should, like, who's the person to meet in this town?
Well, he says, there's the tavern, which has people, and really it's got more going for it there than the rest of the town. He says the burgomaster in Barovia has a house there. There's the church, and really those are the places of note. The rest of it is kind of fallen in, boarded up, in shambles.
Sir Argyle, you actually mentioned there is a church in Barovia. What is the most commonly worshipped deity?
Oh, it's not really that kind of church. It's an Easter and Christmas kind of church.
Ooh.
We long ago there were a tale of deities that were worshipped in Barovia, but that time has passed.
How do they feel about people spreading the word of other deities?
Well, it probably just the same reaction as everything else, with just complacency.
Complacent, docile, calm people. Almost like people who just are indifferent to everything. Meh. They're very meh people.
Yes, is accurate. About this time, you guys are kind of approaching the outskirts of the village of Barovia. Let me give you a map here.
Is there a signpost that says, welcome to Village of Barovia? It has been 3 days since any of our citizens have been horribly mauled.
It says,
I mean-
welcome to Barovia. Meh.
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 That's the official sign of Barovia. It's a guy shrugging, like, meh.
It's a guy looking at the fog with his hands in his pockets, going, "Yep."
Yeah, this is our lives. Yeah, another foggy day. Yeah.
All right, so you guys are coming into this map where that red arrow is from the east.
Got it. Looks pretty
Um,
fancy.
The houses of note are all the red roofed places. If that makes it easier.
Okay, so don't like the other houses are just like doors that can't be opened.
You
Could
guys
you-
can search
could
them if
you,
you like, but the red
could you-
roofs are the places that he's
Okay.
mentioned.
Could you
Okay.
ping the inn that we're going for, and does it have attached stables?
It
That's the inn.
does.
Okay.
It does have attached stables. When you
I
guys,
assume the church is the one with the cemetery next to it.
it is.
Good call. Good call.
And then this is the burgomaster's house here. So you guys get up to the inn, and the fog is kind of rolled in from the woods with you,
Ooh.
and is now just kind of hanging around the outskirts of Barovia. It's kind of trickling in through the roads, but not really. It's enough to like puff up when you take a step on the ground, but not enough
Creepy.
to like cover your ankles.
Nice roller.
Is there? I can't detect magic, but is there any way to kind of give a another check that might allow you to figure out if that's a magical thing? Or...
Oh, I can do it. Hey, magic guy, is this magic?
I look over my shoulder and just sort of like point at myself with my shoulders up, like
Yep.
me.
Yes, you.
I roll Arcana.
Yeah, go for it. So something about the fog doesn't.
Preferred, by the way.
Okay. So something about the fog doesn't seem quite right. Although you can't think of any school of magic that would cause a whole land to react this way either.
Can I roll for jibbies? Does it give me the hibbies?
It does give you the hibbies and the jibbies.
Both? Shit.
Both.
Oh my. Shit. At the same time.
I pull out a small magical device, like it looks like a pocket watch, but stored in a hexagon, and on it is two little compasses. One says hibbies, one says jibbies, and they're both just spinning.
Yeah.
And I go, "Yep."
So just yep. No elaboration.
I just look at it, tap it a couple of times, and both the hibby and jibby radars are just going butt fuck. So I'm just like, yeah. I'm not aware of any magic that could cause this, but this is not okay.
So Zardoz, is that he's like looking over your shoulder? Is that device you have some kind of indicator for how fucked we are?
I kind of hunch up and snap the lid closed, like you're not supposed to be looking at it, and be like, the hibby jibometer is very sensitive.
Oh, sorry, I didn't want to throw off your calibrations or whatever.
So
The hibby jibometer.
may the bard also do an Arcana check. My hibbididometer is much more unobtrusive. It's how badly shivering I am because I'm a coward to the bone.
So you're just gonna like jinkies the fuck out.
I will jinkies the fuck out at any given moment. Yep. See, I'm already jinkied the fuck out. I'm just like, this place is creepy as hell. I want to get inside a building soon.
Okay. So you
I may
guys
ride my mule directly in.
Alright. Roll me perception as you're approaching the inn.
Oh god.
Yeah, everybody.
Is this everyone?
Yeah.
Skill checks. My one weakness.
Nope.
We don't see shit.
Gingy.
What am I rolling?
Perception.
Perception.
Oh, what am I perceiving? I missed something apparently.
The heebie-jeebies.
I haven't told you.
Yeah,
yet.
I mean I've got the heebie-jeebies, but
No,
do I
no,
need to like
no.
roll
Yeah,
to confirm
this is as
that what I'm
we're
doing?
this is as we're rolling up to the
Confirm
end.
the heebie-jeebies.
This is something as you are approaching the end.
Bode like takes a wrong turn because
Does the hippie-jibometer just like catch on fire in my hand?
Not yet.
It turns
It's
to
definitely like glowing red with friction though.
Just like an old like Count Duckula where it goes bang and there's just springs everywhere.
Jason, just as my character's personality type and stuff, she's always gonna have produce flame going as long as she can and not lose concentration.
Okay. So you guys are about here, and Zardos and Anna's character, you guys hear this moaning kind of sob that begins to kind of float through the streets. It's coloring your thoughts with just this kind of sad heaviness to it, and the sound seems like it's rolling down the street from like this southern house here.
Argyle, what's down this way?
He says, "Oh, there are houses there, and then the burgomaster's house and mansion at the end of the road."
Let's take a detour.
Well, do you
down.
guys smell bread? I think there's a bakery around here. Let's go find that bakery.
It does. That would fresh bread would be good. They might serve it if there's a bakery. They might serve it at the inn.
So
Yeah,
we're feeling this dread or sadness coming from this house here.
Which house was the sadness dread coming from? The big red one?
No,
Or
the
small red
little,
one?
the small red one here. So you're actually hearing kind of these wailing moans of just kind of cries coming from the house.
What's that all about?
Is that what we're hearing?
Yeah. I'm asking Argyle if he knows what that's about.
He says, "I don't know."
I will bravely offer to go check that our rooms are ready at the inn if my lady wants to check out this house. I'll even take the horses to the stables for us. I'm ready to do that.
Come go. Let's go see what this is about.
Yes, milady. Try to find my nerve. It's nowhere to be found.
So you guys approach the house, and it's run down. The steps are sagging just from like the wood and all the dampness in the air. The windows are boarded up with like just haphazardly, not really giving any kind of cover, but preventing most entries for anything bigger than like say a rat. The door, however, does hang on one hinge, half open, and you can hear these sobs coming from inside.
I'm gonna go up to the door and knock softly.
I will
Okay.
hold the reins to her horse.
And you can continue
back in
to
the road.
hear these kind of muted, muffled sobs coming from inside, a little bit further inside the house.
I'm gonna knock louder and announce myself and ask somebody to come over.
Are you kind of looking in the door as you're doing this?
Yeah, I'm looking
Okay.
through, but I'm not gonna be walking up in somebody's house.
Okay. So there's the house, or the room that you could see of the house rather, is empty as far as furniture or any decorations go. The only thing that really is there is this form kind of in the center of the floor, kind of curled over on itself, rocking just a little bit and sobbing.
Can I roll a perception check?
Sure.
I don't want to go in there. It's kind of creepy. Oh shit!
What were you rolling the perception check for?
To see what it is, to try to get a better view of what it is
Okay.
or who it is.
So you catch it at just this weird angle, and to you it looks like it's this malformed, hunched over creature that is just kind of The limbs are too long and just kind of elongated, and it sets you on edge, and you kind of draw your sword in response, and you get this feeling like whatever this thing is, it needs to be killed.
I don't have a sword. I have a mace.
Oh, so a mace. Sorry.
Yeah, dick.
Yeah. Weaponist.
um,
What?
I'm gonna say like, show yourself,
And
wretched thing, or something, and my hair's gonna be all bright and flamey.
okay.
Oh man, you know when she does that, that's like a superhero landing.
So you shout into the room, and the sobbing, all but kind of the smallest whimper cease, and you realize as the form just kind of turns to you that it's this woman in rags, not this threatening creature that you had thought you had seen a moment earlier, and she's got something kind of bundled up in her arms as she's rocking over it. Her face is just kind of streaked with tears, creating like little rivers through the dirt that's been kind of caked on her face.
Hold on. Time out. Are you putting like flavor audio in Roll20?
Yes.
It is. I know. It's
Okay.
fantastic.
No. It's great. It's been driving me insane for a few minutes because it's coming out.
Did you
of my
think you left like a
speakers.
tab open?
No, I
Yeah.
couldn't figure it out because it's coming out of my speakers and not my headset that I'm wearing for communication.
Oh, weird.
So every time I would think I was hearing something, I would kind of pull an ear cup off my ear,
Oh?
and then I wouldn't hear anything. And I go, huh, and then put my headphone back on, and then start hearing it again. And I've been doing that for 5 minutes.
I gotta give credit to Impy. He did it like slyly. It wasn't always playing. He just kind of eased it in there. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, it played.
Well, my volume wasn't turned up real high. I just heard it just enough, like it was a weird vehicle driving outside or something. Like, just kind of heard something. I finally, I kept turning the volume up on the speakers, but not the headphones, trying to figure it out, and I finally got the flavor audio, and I wasn't going insane. So
Or
yeah,
are you?
well done.
Alright. Well, being shocked that it was a woman and it looks like she is crying over what's in her arms, I'm gonna approach her, not in a fighting stance, but hesitantly walk to her.
Okay. And she looks up at you like just tears on the brims of her eyes. And she says, Gertruda, my daughter.
I'm gonna take a look at the little girl, I guess.
Are you what's in her arms?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's in her arms is actually this kind of malformed doll. It's got this kind of weird smirk on its face, and it wears just kind of this sackcloth dress. The one of the arms is a little too long. You can tell it's definitely kind of roughly made. And she holds it. She kind of thrusts it towards you. She says, "This was my daughter, Gertruda's. I don't know where she has gone."
Man, that doll is creepy as fuck.
Yeah. But I'm glad she wasn't thinking it was her daughter, because that would have been
Yep.
a whole
I was getting ready to ask Sir Argyle, how many insane people live in this village?
Yeah, let's not rule out insanity just yet.
Listen, is this a side quest?
It's a thing. That's all I'm saying.
There's a thing going on here.
She says,
I'm gonna.
Hey,
I
question:
told
Is
her.
the fog still fairly low, or is it like creeping higher and higher? Is it still like, hoof high, or is it creeping up higher?
It's still pretty low.
Okay.
But she says, Gertruda, I told her to stay in the house. I told her not to go out. I did everything I could to tell her it was dangerous.
How long has she been gone?
She broke out of the house a week ago.
Oh, jeez.
A week.
She broke out.
Broke
Yes,
out of the house,
I
yeah.
kept her here to keep her safe.
How are you keeping her here?
In her room, in the house.
Did you lock her in?
Of course,
Why?
to keep her safe.
Did she want to be locked in?
Apparently not. She broke out.
Did she say anything about like don't lock me in my room?
Yes, she was a headstrong child, but she never listened. It's dangerous, and now she's gone.
Would she have normally taken her doll with her?
Of course.
Willingly?
She loves her Blinksy. Of course she would have taken it.
Okay.
You're
Is there
Italian,
did you find anything to suggest that she was taken by someone or something?
Well, the door, it's off its hinge.
It's been like that for a week.
So and can she do that? Like how old is this kid?
My Gertruda, she's 15 now.
Well, that's not a kid.
No, that's not a kid.
Young lady.
Well, is she no, yeah. But like is she strong?
Not so, no. Everybody give me
So-
perception checks.
I still can't see past the
I can't
heebie-jeebies.
either. Oh wait, yes I can. That
Oh,
was-
you rolled a 20. You knocked
Yeah,
it out of there. partner.
you're
I was
fine.
looking at my last one.
Me and Steve are still on. Me, Steve, and Jesse
I'm-
are on
I'm
team
focused
can't
too
see it.
much. I'm focused way too much on like this lady. I'm like you're
I think
garbage.
the fog is seriously fucking
figuring
with the
out this.
lenses on my mask.
So, speaking of that, Anna, you're the only one that notices this as you're talking to the lady. You're kind of pacing around the room, trying to get a feel for the house and kind of what happened. And you glance back out the door that's just kind of hanging open, and you can see that the fog is now rolling up across the porch. So it's come up several feet while you've been having this conversation with her. And you can see that there are shapes just kind of moving just kind of outside of where you can see in the fog.
I'm gonna. Is Argyle with us, or did he leave us?
He is
He's
at
out
the
there.
end.
He went to.
He went to the end to set up our rooms.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the lady's attention. I was like, "Is this normal?
Is what? The fog? Yes, it comes and goes and comes.
What's in the fog?"
The devil is in the fog.
The devil from Ravenloft?
About the time that you asked that question, you can hear this kind of lone wolf howl come out from just outside the house.
Is that sort of like a horse every time you say like Fairfront
Babluka.
Do you guys have dogs in this town?
No, I have no dogs.
So right now, no one can tell which one lets out the scared squeak. Is it my pet rat or is it me? It's eek eek. Can we yell to Lady Fuhr, "Milady, we should really go back to the inn. I think it's kind of late. We're all hungry. The horses need to be fed. I gotta check those shoes." The GM is rolling dice. That's never a good sign, my lady. We should go.
Agreed.
Before we address the tokens in the room, I would like to go get a beverage.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Hey, get a fancy, expensive one.
No, I drank that for. I rationed those. I had one for the day. Now I'm gonna go get an ecto cooler.
Oh, you know, in your honor, I have purchased an ecto cooler drink and drank it and went, "Meh." In your honor, because you kept mentioning them.
Yeah, wow, I tried very hard to get them for a few weeks, and I finally refreshed Amazon on the right day, and they had them in stock. I still have yet to see them locally anywhere, but I did order a couple of cases off Amazon.
They've got them in my Safeway here.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah.
No, I looked everywhere locally, and after I couldn't find them after a while, I kept hitting up Amazon until they were like, yeah, we got them, take them. But yeah, I've got a bunch in the fridge. I'm gonna go grab one.
You guys get my glorious artwork to assist you in figuring out where everything's at.
There's a terrifying black line appearing out of the fog. That's spooking me. right now. I'm like, that's not good. I've seen this happen before. When the GM starts rolling dice and drawing shit, that's when we fall back to the inn where there's warmth and safety and indifferent townspeople. So we can like ride our horses right in and they'll be like, eh. Okay, that's the street. Got it. This is the doors of the house.
Nope, that's the steps down the porch. But close.
We're on the street. We didn't go in the house.
Oh, you guys are in this. Oh, all right.
I'm
mean,
holding
if you wanna
horses.
not,
I'm
not be in the
holding my
house.
lady's horse's reins.
Who's in the house then? Is it just Bode? Okay.
Bode.
My lady, that's the squire's job. I gotta keep your horse with all the equipment, and myself far from the front lines.
I'm sure Genji was either on the porch or the stairs, because I think he was having a conversation.
So I'm holding all of these people's horses. Need to leave at a second's notice. Steve,
Okay, I'm
where's
back.
Bodhi at?
Gingy, were you inside or outside?
I'm sorry, what?
Were you inside the house or outside the house?
I was with the group.
So you're
Well,
inside. Okay.
Lady Fuhrer went in the house to investigate the creepy noise. I was outside holding the horse's reins. That's my job.
I'm inside the house with them. So this is like a balcony right here.
Yeah, that's her like her porch, and then the steps down.
Oh, and the mist has like risen to the porch.
Yeah, the mist is to the porch now, which is probably like
So
waist high.
we're like
So
on
then-
the first floor.
The important
And-
question is, do we think we could fit a horse through that doorway into the house?
You could not.
So I will clip clop the horses. Can I clip clop them out so I'm kind of like aiming at the doorway, and just very subtly, "Milady, it's getting quite foggy out here, and the horses will not fit in that house. There's the tavern right up the street. We've got rooms rented for us. I'm sure there's a stables."
Okay, I'm gonna make my way out the door.
All right.
I'm gonna say stay inside. Tao, get inside.
No.
Tie the horses to the
Pass.
tie the horses to the railing. And get in.
You want me to leave our horses out here with all your belongings on it, all your expensive stuff, your spare armor, your fancy night gown,
Get
your
inside right
industrial hair
now.
dryer?
Go give me a perception check.
In here.
Probably
Alright.
don't see anything still.
You could
I see the
see
horses.
you could see this form just kind of just under the surface of the mist that's approaching you, but you're not able to actually hear any sounds or anything that it's making.
I'm still on my mule. There's creepy shit in the woods. Your horses won't fit inside there, but I'm fairly certain my mule will. I am leading my mule up on well, I'm riding my mule up onto the porch and hopping off on the porch and trying to drag my mule in the house.
All right, Gingy, what
Because
is
the mule has supplies on it.
what is Zardos up to?
Right now, I know from both instinct and personal experience that I don't want nothing to do with that damn fog. I fuck the horses, fuck the supplies. I'm not even trying.
All right. So you're just
Would
staying in
would
the
like
house
an-
then?
Jason, would you like an animal handling check to see if I can force the mule into the house?
When we get around to your round.
Okay.
So you're just staying in the house then, Gingy?
I mean, am I on my corner of the where I'm at? Is there any windows?
All the windows have been boarded up. You could actually peek through one of them though.
That's yeah. Like, am I close to one of the windows?
Yeah, there's probably one there and one on the other side of the door. Go ahead and give me a perception check at a disadvantage. So, for whatever reason, the window, just the area that you've decided to turn your head and look out of, it's just blank wood. You're like, oh, that's a nice board there.
Good for me. All right, fair enough.
Go ahead and give me another perception check.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Whoop. Nah, it's foggy.
So it's still foggy, but you're actually able to catch a little bit of the shape moving. They just kind of came around the corner. It's the back of it is kind of breaching the top of the fog, and you can see this dark, thick fur. And this thing is probably half the size of your mule, whatever it is.
I am going to heroically point and go, ah! Which is, of course, totally fitting. And I will do my best to, as stated, I'm going to hop off the donkey and try to pull my donkey into the horse. Come on, Elmers. Come on, you damn donkey. Come on.
Let him go first.
All right, so you gotta hold your action until he goes.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna try to tug Emule and coax her into the house.
All right.
Animal handling.
Yep.
Okay. Nah,
So-
it's right in the middle of the road.
Yeah, it's a really stubborn mule. This thing's just a huge pain in the ass.
It is.
Um,
Damn it,
and-
Mule.
It ends up like it's got its front legs
Good
up on the step, but it's not quite sure with the uneven ground like where to put its back legs, so it's just kind of trotting back and forth on the steps.
Gotcha. I am still desperate because it's got literally all my lady's supplies on it and my meager belongings, other than the shit that's on my back, tied to it. All our rations, the money pouches, the important stuff is tied to this mule.
I'm going to step out here and full defensive, protecting my belongings,
Okay.
including goat.
Well, I mean, obviously.
Well, priorities, belongings, then my character, then everybody else's stuff.
All right, and give me a perception check real quick.
Nope.
All
This
right.
fog is very effective.
So
It is fogginess.
you don't see it until you're out on the porch, kind of in your stance and ready. But you're kind of backing away from the steps, kind of getting in your defensive stance. So if anything comes up the steps, you're ready to take it on. And as you're backing up, you suddenly just back into something, but it doesn't feel like a wall or anything. It's got some give to it.
Okay.
It's the chubby person.
I know. He's got chubby cheeks, at least.
Are you turning around, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's just a child actor from the 70s. It's Eddie Munster. It's cool.
Okay.
He's a real nice guy.
So you turn around, and there, standing kind of about a head taller than you are, is this figure in just kind of this very regal outfit. He's got this cloak on. He's very pale looking. He says, "Oh, I didn't mean to frighten my new guests. Welcome to Bolivia. I am the Devil Strahd."
Dun, dun, dun.
And he smiles, and he gives you this smile, and you can see the fangs in his mouth. And he says, "Whatever you're doing here, it's best to leave."
It's a goddamn vamper.
That's the problem with Sandy Mass. All the goddamn vampires.
Got one of them goddamn
we,
Draculars.
Are we still in turns?
You are.
Okay.
Your turn, Bodhi.
It is actually your turn now.
Slap the donkey on the butt. Slap it.
Okay. So, Bode's gonna step out and
Slap that ass.
we can
Kind
we
of
can
gotta
kind
squeeze
of
down.
if Anna's not in a fighting stance and isn't like bobbing back and forth, we can like occupy the same area.
I can. You can. I have a shield, so so you can stand like behind the shield.
Okay. So I'll be like, oh, Lord Strahd, you, we've been told about your reputation in these parts. You're a person of some authority. Perhaps we could come to you with this issue. This lady seems to have lost her child.
Her child is not lost. I know exactly where she is.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
She's a hot pocket.
Well, she's wondering where the child is. If perhaps you could pass on the information to her, so she won't need to worry anymore. That would be fantastic.
He gets a smirk on his face, and he says, "She is more than welcome to come try to claim her daughter if she'd like."
Oh, she's staying with you.
In a manner, yes.
Excellent, excellent. Well,
I fucking love how chipper you are, by the way.
We saw.
This is delightful.
We saw. Well, I think I may be mistaken, but I believe we caught a glimpse of your castle from the road. It seems like quite a nice establishment. I imagine your quarters are quite nice for someone of your stature.
Roll me a charisma check.
Between turns, can I kind of like peek through the boards and sort of tap at the window if I can see him, if he's right on the other side?
Yeah.
Just sort of like a fish tank. I'm just sort of like, poke, tap, 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 tap,
Nice.
poke and glare.
So, after a couple of taps, Strahd, without taking his eyes off of Bode, puts his hand like through the board right above where your head is, Gigi, and creates a hole that you can then peer through.
Well, that was nice of him.
Can
This guy's nothing but courteous.
can I shake his hand while it's through?
If you want, I suppose.
just a, well, how do you do?
Sorry, Steve. Bode asked me something, and I lost track of what he asked me.
Yeah. He was like, oh, the daughter's staying at your place. That's great. You must have an awesome place. So she's probably super happy right now.
He says it's an old family home that I had built and brought. But it is what it is. I suggest that you leave Barovian matters to Barovians to handle and remove yourself from our land.
Of course. We are only on our way through. We stopped because we heard this lady crying. However, now that you've solved the mystery for us,
Jinkies.
we can head on over to the inn. Would you like the pleasure of informing the lady of her daughter's location, or would you like us to give her the news?
He smiles and he says, "I will be happy to tell her."
Excellent.
And
Well,
he walks up to
it's
the.
been
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say it's been a pleasure meeting your lordship. We'll be on our way. He kind of does like a business like bow, and I'll be like, all right, guys, we did it. Good job. High five.
So
God, it's really misty. Did you guys see where the inn is?
So Strahd stops at the doorway, looks into the lady that is crying, and he says, "Gertruda, you will never see her again." And he smiles.
This whole time, my character has not stopped staring at him. Like, not like mesmerized or anything, but like knowing kind of look.
Sorry, did you say a knowing kind of look?
Yeah, like, I know what you are.
Nice,
I
nice,
know
nice,
every
Gingy.
Okay.
Sad,
Um,
sad mama said.
just the
Question.
flaming,
Hang on.
burning, because my character hates undead. She knows.
okay.
She knows what
So,
he is.
so
Knows that she cannot do anything about it at this point. So
Strahd is it's hard to see his icon now because it's hidden underneath everybody else's, but he's kind of dashingly. He's actually been very courteously spoken, albeit creepy, and he did identify himself as the Devil Strahd. He's pretty damn charismatic and good looking, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like is he a suitor, perhaps? Maybe he's decided to marry the daughter.
he's decided to eat the daughter.
I feel like
No,
well,
I
no, he didn't say that.
I want to throw it. It's Jason. Would that be like a saving throw to literally just fall under somebody's wooing effect of they're that cool?
No, he's got his charisma's at like 20, so it's easy to
that's-
do on your own.
Right. No, that's what I mean. It's like
He's not that. He's not that awesome.
that's pretty awesome. I mean, he's well spoken. He's obviously a man about town of some power. I'm kind of shrinking out of the doorway so he can like look in and look at the lady. I'm trying to like make myself one with the door frame, but just can't break eye contact. It's like, God, that guy is everything I want to be as an inspirational bard. He's got style, well dressed. Obviously, he's wealthy. He's got a castle. Do you have a pamphlet for this guy's cult?
Do you need a
is there
squire?
I mean, I can double duty with squiring. I mean, I've got a mule.
I'm gonna give you a command to get the animals ready to leave.
Well, no, hang on a second. Lord Strahd, I'm sure that you can work out something with the mother here. I assume you're
Are you trying to?
now betrothed to the daughter. Now it's common practice where we come from, to in when marrying a commoner to a more higher born person, they'll invite their family to come with them in the house. Well, I'm sure you could offer the mother here some, a room in your manor.
He says, "I would be happy to talk to Miss Mary here, but she will not.
So she need not never see her daughter again, of course.
She won't. She will not invite me in, and I am old-fashioned and will not enter her home without her permission."
That's very charming. You guys, that's really great. The people in these small towns, they really stand on ceremonies.
I would.
Are we operating in turn order still, or are we out of combat?
At the moment, there's no combat going on, so feel free to jump in.
Okay, I just wanted to sidestep into the doorway and get a good look at this guy, because the whole time I've been peeking at him through slots in the window, and I'm just wanting to size him up.
All right.
I keep hearing all the chatter. I want to see what the big to-do about is Widow Peak here.
So you step around, and this he's about a head taller than you are, probably. Very well dressed, put together, and he kind of looks down at you, not in a like he's looking down on you kind of way, but just because that's physically what he's doing. And
Sure, I'm an elf.
He smiles and he says, "Oh, another night child."
And I just sort of, kind of with my eyes real quick, looking around like, shut up, but then kind of nod at him like, yeah, all right, fair enough.
He says, "Are you with these
You got me.
lovely people here on the porch?"
Yeah, I was hired to join them. I'm questioning the sanity of that decision now.
He says, "Oh, it may be, if you listen to reason, you should be fine. If you'd invite me in, I'll be more than happy to allow you to join your party here." And he's standing so that he takes up the whole doorway.
I'm gonna look him up and down, and do I get the sense that do I know he's a vampire? Because I feel like he's one bleh short of wearing a "I'm a vampire" T-shirt.
Well, he's got fangs. You can see his.
Yeah, he's
Right.
not hiding it.
Right, but like,
Whether or
do
not
we know what vampires are?
right.
I'm saying like I know he's a vampire. Does Zardos know he's a vampire? Because I feel like there's practically a sign over his head that says vampire on it.
Probably
I'm gonna
is.
Say, I'm sure. What's the woman's name?
Mary.
I'm sure Mary would invite him in if she wanted him in her house. It wouldn't be polite.
Well, my next action will depend entirely on does Zardos get the idea or at least the sense that this guy is a vampire.
You can either give me a history check or a let's call it a nature check.
Isn't undead religion?
Yeah, you can do religion. I'll
Honestly,
let religion go
my
as well.
religion, history, and nature are exactly the same. So unless I can arcana check his vampirism, I'm gonna go history.
Okay.
That's
So-
a pretty good history check.
Yeah, you actually know a little bit about his family, and his story even.
Okay.
You also know that that story and that family happened about 400 years ago.
I'm going to give him like I appreciate that he just didn't put a finger to my forehead and call me a night elf. I'm gonna kind of pay him the same respect. I'm not gonna just look at him and go, Vamper! I'm just gonna go, could I invite you into someone else's house?
I don't think so.
He gives you just a very slight nod.
I mean, then by all means, I don't care.
He says thank you, and he steps aside so that that you can come out onto the porch.
I will take a step outside and just give him kind of a bro nod. Just like a, eh.
All right, and when he's through the threshold of the door just slams shut behind him. You don't see him actually do anything. The door just slams shut.
Wow, that actually worked. The
Um,
non-homeowner actually was able to.
Right, I wasn't sure.
That's weird.
and then
But he paid me a little bit of a respect, and so I thought I would pay it forward. Plus, there's no skin off my shit.
Well, yeah, we know. Well, we solved the mystery, so good job, team.
Jinkies, another one in the bag. Good
Yeah.
job,
What?
us.
Do these fluffy dogs out here look friendly?
so after he steps in and the door slams shut behind him, there's a moment of just complete silence before you hear just this blood-curdling scream from the other side of the door and this loud snap that makes you sick to your stomach. And then
What the fuck was that?
a moment later, the door opens up, and Strahd kind of walks back out, and without saying a word, just passes. He gives a nod to Anna's character, and then he steps into the fog, and you guys watch as his physical form dissipates and just kind of joins into the fog, and the shapes that were right under the top of the mist kind of walk off.
What can I out of character? Would I know what language he was based in? Like,
What language?
yeah, do vampires speak?
I speak common.
Bleh.
So just anything.
You just have to begin
was
and
talking
end a
in common
statement
to
with
us.
bleh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in Primordial, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna have an oath to find him, and I will find you again. Be avenged.
There's not
You saying
necessarily
this in Primordial? Okay.
Yeah.
out of character. One's not necessarily born a vampire, so there's not like a culture of vampires. They
Yeah,
usually
I
just
meant like this.
speak whatever language
group
they
of
have.
vampires kind of thing.
Right. Well, cause like you can have a vampire human or a
Yeah,
vampire
I'm
elf.
aware of that, but
Right.
this was this the
No, so it's yeah. He was speaking common the whole time. As far as you know, that's what he speaks.
Yeah, Pixel Ninja points it out. He speaks blah blah blah. It's a very
Yeah.
unique dialect.
Yeah, like I said, you have to begin and end every sentence with bleh.
Blah.
A god dang Dracula.
I'm gonna step into the house and perform a death rite.
Okay.
A vampire that you just invited into somebody else's home there, Zardoz. Zardoz. I'm making the Z symbol with my hands. Zardoz.
Uh,
But
and
did you check out his cape? Man,
Zardos will break an unusual his normal quiet will be broken by that was a good cape.
I mean, dude. I know he called himself I'm Strahd the Devil, and he was like reeking of evil, but. Oh.
I'm sort of just looking around to see if
Well, you
anybody
just-
noticed that he called me out. I was like, nothing
Okay.
happened. Everything's
It's
fine.
now
You
that
guys-
puzzling away.
Hey, you guys, hold up. I don't think he married the daughter.
Yeah, and there's you know what? That would totally elicit me, Zardos, and even the donkey just slow pan and look at you like, really? Really? You just clicked? Maybe reach up and pat Bodhi on the back.
I
Oh,
don't think I like that guy at all.
I read it as Bodhi too, which sounds such a bro name.
Bodhi.
I got a feeling his
Brody.
wisdom is not his highest ability score, it seems
Bruh.
like.
Bruh, that was a Dracula.
Possibly yeah, dude. But you gotta agree with this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he seemed pretty on the up and up to me.
I mean, he was creepy and evil, but
Yeah, but like you've met nobles before, haven't you? Like they
Yeah.
just, they're up their own asses.
I'm not gonna lie,
So-
it was hot.
How long do I do this for? Because once I'm done, I'm gonna walk out, do a gift backhand to the back of Goat's head, and say, "Let's go."
I'm going to be if everybody's talking about the Dracula, I'm just going to be sliding a hand up inside my hood, ratcheting a strap on my mask, going, "You seem fine to me."
So
Well, no,
Just
I
like
mean,
seem normal by my book. Click, 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 click.
dude, you know what? And he was creepy. He murdered this chick, but he didn't even look twice the fact that I'm a tiefling. He didn't like sneer and go, "Ew, one of those." He was just like, tiefling. I'm cool with that. Dick, but not a total dick.
Yeah,
Evil, but not a douche evil. You know?
yeah. He didn't throw me out of the Underdark closet, as it were.
And then of course that's when I suddenly realized, are the horses still there? Because I've still got the reins of the donkey in my hand, but are the horses still there? Because they were out in the street. His
you know,
friends
they
took the horses
probably got a little spooked and ran off.
And I go, fuck, because now I know I gotta go track the fucking horses down, because, oh, shit.
So, Anna, the right, the proper right, you know that you can't actually fulfill the whole thing without burying the body. But there's a shortened rite that you can do without burying the body, and that takes you about an hour.
That's fine.
As you're doing it, the weather outside obviously changes a little bit, and it begins to rain, and thunder kind of rolling through the hills and echoing off the mountains around you as you kind of perform this rite. And as by the time you're done, and you guys are ready to walk back to the inn, and Goat's ready to try to track down the horses. It's starting to come down pretty heavily.
Fucking horses, every time. Hate being a squire, days like this.
At that point, are you guys just ready to kind of head back to the inn?
Hells yeah.
Is the fog getting beaten down by the rain a little bit, or is it just swirling up because of the rain?
There's actually isn't any fog at the moment.
Alright, well, it actually gives me a
Alright.
chance to find the... Alright, you know what? I don't trust Bodhi enough to do it. I think he managed to get lost. Zardos, can you take the reins of the mule and take it to the inn? You don't even have to unpack everything.
I can get it.
All right, Emily, I'm gonna go find the horses. I'm sorry.
I will gracefully gesture towards the donkey in your direction. Just a little bow and a little twirly hand maneuver. Like, it's all yours. I'm pulling out my hibijobometer and I'm just slapping it, trying to get the needle to move again.
And it's moving, but like, you know what a compass looks like when you hold it up to a magnet and it just kind of freaks the fuck out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's moving like. It's not useful at all. It's just like,
Bode,
nope.
Bode appears over his Dardo's shoulder again, and he's like, "Dude, I think you need a new one of those."
Broken.
I'm again gonna like Nosferatu T-Rex hands in and snap it shut. I'm like, like, Steve, do you watch Steven Universe?
I sure do.
I'm a very fucked up little disturbed Peridot right now.
You're
about
Peridot,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I love it. Bode is hella Steven, so he just wants you to open up and talk about your feelings.
I am going to walk off miserably into the rain, trying to follow the hoof prints if I can find them in the dirt and the mud. Going, come on, Buttercup, where are you? Come on, Elmers, where are you?
All right, give me a either give me a perception or you can give me an animal handling to try to figure out if you can
Well,
intuitively figure out where they went.
Based off of my shittiest score, known as Wisdom.
I have
would
a
say,
well-trained warhorse, so it should be. He should come.
Okay.
So does a skill check count as an ability check now?
No, an ability check is one of your core stats.
I
Whereas
know,
a
well, it's one of those bardic inspiration. The way they wrote it up, it went, oh, you can do an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
So no. So the skill check's different for that definition.
Okay, so I will try animal handling because it makes more sense. Did that work? There we go. Oh, wrong screen, dumbass.
All right.
Yeah, that rain is thick.
It is, and it has washed off a lot of the hoof prints. The warhorse is still standing steady by the side of the porch. The other two horses, however, have fled.
I'm definitely out in the rain. Angrily not being able to find those tracks. Fucking horse, goddamn horses.
All right. So the rest of you are headed to the inn now, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you're walking back north along the street towards the inn, you actually get kind of this single shaft of light piercing through the clouds. It's illuminating kind of the main square where this inn is. And its brightness, it looks like just this pillar of light. And you get to the inn, and above the gaping doorway is a sign that's hanging kind of askew, proclaiming this to be Blood on the Vine Tavern.
Great name.
What are you guys up to? You going in, or?
Yeah, we're going.
Well, I'm gonna board the horses. Or Goat, are you gonna use a horse to find the other?
No,
horse?
well, you've got your horse, and the mule. I'm still out looking for the other two horses,
All right,
helplessly and hopelessly looking for these.
I'm gonna board
My
the
job.
Okay.
I have to find the
You guys,
horse.
well, yeah, we'll sit down at the. At what time is it?
At this point, it's probably late afternoon.
Okay, yeah, we got plenty of time for dinner, some drinks. Check out our accommodations. We'll probably want to stop off in our rooms, check out how awesome they are.
Okay. So
Do
you
we
walk.
see Argyle in the inn?
So you walk into the tavern, and you've got the tavern keep. He's behind the bar, and he's got this dirty cloth, and he's just wiping down glasses. He's got them all kind of lined up across the top of the bar. There's probably 15 or 16 there. And he's about to the last one as you're walking in. He doesn't really look up or acknowledge that you've come in. Behind him is this is this carved wood sign over the mirror at the back of the bar that says "Blood of the Vine Tavern," and in the tavern there are tables that mostly are filled with people who are just kind of hunched over drinks, silent, just kind of going about their day, drinking. There's one table, however, that has 3 older women sitting at it that are all in fairly bright dress and seem to be talking and conversing with each other. However, you do not see Argyle anywhere among the people.
All right. So we should drop our stuff off in our rooms. So we'll make our Bode will at least make his way up there.
Okay.
Is it like how many? Is it easy to find like where it is, or is this like I should probably ask the barkeep where our rooms are?
You see a set of stairs that go up to a balcony, and your guess is like you've been in enough taverns, like the rooms are probably upstairs. But you're not
like,
sure like where your room is.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll go up and introduce ourselves to the barkeep then.
Okay. And as you walk up, he's picking up kind of the last glass in his line, and he's just kind of absently cleaning it. He sees
totally
you,
for
but he
barkeep.
doesn't acknowledge. He doesn't say anything to you.
Oh, damn. Even
Like,
the
good-
barkeeper is docile, calm, and complacent.
Bode will say, "Good afternoon, sir. We have accommodations with a Sir Argyle. We're staying one night, and we'll require stables too if he hasn't already made arrangements."
He says, "Oh, yes, you're with Argyle. Okay, a moment."
That's right.
And he puts the glass down. He puts the cloth down on the bar, and he turns around, just very slow kind of pace, and he goes and he picks a key up from the pegboard, kind of behind the bar, and he hands it to you. He says, "Your room is upstairs," and he picks up his cloth, and he goes back to the beginning of the cups and begins to wipe down the first one in the line.
Okay. Cool. How effective does his wiping seem to be?
Not at all. These are
Cool.
pretty gross glasses.
He's just like
you can
he's
also
just like
tell
smearing.
that by checking his butt.
Yeah, he's just like smearing grease around. On
Yeah.
cups.
Just making it worse.
All right. So I didn't mishear him. He said room singular.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, communal room.
Well then. Let's go and take a look at it. Drop our backpacks off.
So you walk upstairs, and you kind of look down on the bar, and there's just not a whole lot of life other than the table with the 3 ladies there. And you go and you find the room marked, or the room number that's marked on the key, and you open it, and it's a small, like 20 by 20 room. It has a bed and a desk, and that's it.
How big is the bed?
It's like a twin.
I mean,
calling it a bed's probably being generous. A cot is probably a better description. It's just kind of straw stuffed under a blanket.
I totally call the bed.
I go back downstairs and ask him if he has any other rooms.
Who are you?
I'm a member of Argyle's party.
Oh, let me get your key. And he's probably like 3 glasses in to cleaning his cups. He turns around, he puts the rag down, he turns around and gets a key, comes back and hands it to you, picks up his rag and goes back to the beginning of the line of the cups again.
I give him a smile and go back upstairs. Go get your other damn keys. And then I go to my room.
Oh, it's everyone's got their own key. That's cool.
I was just going to stand
Yeah. All right.
Are you having a staring contest with the barkeep?
Zardos doesn't sleep.
I know. I just imagined you like awkwardly watching him clean glasses, and he just
No,
like
I was
awkwardly
just
watching you.
gonna follow Bodhi to his room and then just stand in the corner.
Okay.
Back downstairs, can we like surreptitiously try to listen to what the ladies in bright outfits are talking about?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
They're talking about this group of morons who came into town that like tried to talk to Lord Strahd, the devil. Oh, that's us.
Okay. So you really like you don't catch a lot of specifics because they every couple of words they end up just like bursting out in laughter, and this is actual like laughter, not just like cackling or anything like that.
The short one then let the devil into the lady's house.
But you catch a couple of words, Madam Ava, camp. DM is forgetting the name of the camp. Hang on.
What was the camp from Salute Your Shorts?
Camp Anawana?
Camp on
Why do I know that?
All right. So, but
She says,
we've heard enough
sorry,
to know that we
the name that you catch is the Tesser Pool Encampment. And
That sounds
Madam
less
Ava.
like a fun camp and more like a place you go to concentrate.
That's probably accurate.
Tesser Pool encampment.
Other than that, you hear just tale of like they talk about some wolf attacks that have happened and how the wine from the fuck, I am forgetting place names left and right. Hang on. How the wine from the other tavern isn't as potent as it used to be, and they kind of like jostle ideas back and forth, but nothing really of interest.
So yeah, Bode'll go over and try and speak to them and be like, "Excuse me, ladies. I apologize for intruding, but I believe we may have a someone in common, at least. I overheard the name of a Lady Ava."
They look at you and they're like, "Oh, there is some life in this old tavern." And I would watch my tongue. That is Madam Ava. If she ever hears you say Lady Ava, you will get an earful.
Duly noted. Thank you very much. Might you be acquainted with Sir Argyle?
Argyle. No? Who is Sir Argyle?
He is from the town up north.
Valiki.
Yeah, well, Valaki. And I believe he actually came this way on business with Madame Ava. He was to deliver some sort of artifact, but he led us to believe that she was one of the few people of note in this town that was actually worth helping out or listening to.
See, yes, I would heed every word that Madame Ava bestows upon you. However, as far as your Argyle, I have not heard that name, but it is not something unlikely for her to send someone out to find something for her, so it's possible.
So she has her fingers in a lot of pies, you might say.
She has a lot of fingers in a lot of pies, but we trust her, and
excellent.
she guides those that she can.
Are you adventurers or?
No, no, we own the tavern. In fact, So they say, in fact, Arik, pour this nice a beer. And he flips over one of the greasy glasses that he's been cleaning and pours a beer into it and brings it over to the table and sets it down in front of you. And then goes back to cleaning glasses.
Does it look like it's good beer at least?
You would know.
It looks like beer.
It's just like whatever.
Yeah, it's like it's
not-
the
it's not
PBR.
garbage,
It's
but
the PBR of
okay.
Barivia.
It's like it's like what you'd expect. Well, I've never been in this region before, so
Yeah, it's just it's like
I'm-
it's a very light, kind of clearish, almost looks a little bit more water
After-
than beer.
After a taste, you realize
But,
it's
yeah,
milk
but
stout
kinda-
with a hint of lavender, and you look up to see
but
him
kinda-
greasing his
but kinda
mustache.
says- there you go, yeah. But he kind of says to himself, "Well, if you want to sample everything, you might as well start at the bottom."
Give me a Constitution save real quick.
There's a fingernail floating in it.
I just want this bartender to be such a hipster now. Like it's his own artisanal microbrew. He's got a little suspenders and a bow tie on and an ironic mustache. And
So
behind the bar is like 17 pugs.
So you take a big swig out of this beer and like you're tasting it, like enjoying it, rolling it around in your mouth like you do when you normally like are tasting a beer for the first time, being a part of your guild. And you just swallow it down, and then you kind of look down into the glass, and you see that there's this just black beetle the size of your thumb, just kind of swimming in the beer.
Oh, I thought that was part of the beer. Huh. Well, I imagine it added some flavor.
Are you gonna advise them that they should add beetles to their beer from now on?
I'm just gonna. Sorry, what's up?
I said, are you gonna advise them that they should just add beetles to their beer from now on?
Yeah, right. Is the beetle thoroughly drowned, or is it still
It's still struggling around a little bit.
struggling around? I'm gonna I'm gonna like very like surreptitiously like toss it out on the floor.
All right. Anything else?
I'm gonna see if there's any information that these ladies can give me about like what exactly Madame Ava does. I'm not going to like directly say it, but kind of like dance around the subject and try and like whittle some information.
Okay. And they say, well, Madame Ava knows a lot of things that go on in Barivia. That's what she does. She drinks and she knows things.
Damn it.
Cute.
But she says, but she looks after the valley here, and especially those under the watch of Castle Ravenloft.
Where exactly is her home located?
Her encampment is a bit further down, and you'll come to a road, and it'll split and continue west, or there's a pass that that kind of goes down and off to the north, and she has her encampment down there.
This should be the Tesser Pool encampment.
Correct. And if you plan
Alright.
to spend any time in Borivia, I would suggest that you visit her at your earliest convenience.
She sounds kind of is she? Would you say she's allied with the our Lord Strahd here, or?
Are you, and you're saying our Lord Strahd?
He says that, but he kind of like our Lord Strahd,
So
they
they're
might detect a hint of sarcasm.
Give me a performance check real quick to get that sarcasm across because I wasn't hearing it. All right, you get it across. They go, no, not at all. She is, she watches over those that Strahd would seek to do, that the Devil Strahd would seek to do harm to. At least those that will DM can't talk. At least those that will heed her words.
All right. That sounds like exactly what we need in these parts. What? Why do people still live here? Is there some kind of hold on them?
Still live here. My good boy, you cannot leave.
What do you mean?
You cannot leave unless the devil allows it.
Like this country?
Yes, Borivia is his domain. You do not, no one enters and no one leaves without him knowing.
So he lets people in and then traps them here
Occasionally.
occasionally.
From my understanding, for sport.
So we wouldn't be here without him intentionally letting us in.
Correct.
Well, fuck. That doesn't sound good at all.
That was quite a dramatic shift in cadence there. It's like, "Milady."
But yeah, well,
Yes.
thank you very much for your information. Yeah, I will make post haste to speak with Madame Eva.
She says, of course.
He'll order a round for the three of them. There's three of them, right?
There are. Alright. Anything else?
That's it for me. I'm gonna eventually like tell. Do we use Madame Fewer's full name, or what do we call you?
Me?
Yeah.
Just Rain.
Rennie.
Cody's
Okay.
the only one that does that.
Okay. Yeah, I was like not sure. Yes. So yeah, I'll tell Rennie and Zardos.
Zardos is in the room. He heard most of that.
Cool. That's it for me then.
Alright. Anybody else got anything at the moment?
I'm going to pick up that beetle off the ground and eat it.
Alright.
And then my only plan, because I'm fascinated by the bartender and the apparent trance he might be in. So I'm just at the bar, leaning closer to the bartender's face, and just kind of staring at him.
And so he's
Zardos
just-
is the little kid who's fascinated at Disney World.
No,
the
well,
automaton.
no, just there is something wrong here, and I'm not sure if I am excited about it or hibbed out about it. But that's not the first person I've seen now who just apparently is stuck in a loop.
And he's just got this, like, 1,000-yard stare. And he just does not focus on anything. He's not even really looking at the glasses or the rag as he's picking them up and cleaning them. Cleaning in heavy quotation marks there. But he's just kind of doing it over and just over. The only time he really stops is to serve somebody a beer. And then
I'm
when
gonna
he...
snatch whatever glass he's currently wiping. I'm going to snatch it out of his hand and break it on the table.
Okay. So he just kind of very slowly looks down at the table, turns around, digs out this, like, bin, and just kind of brushes the broken glass into it with the rag, and then goes back to the next cup.
Well,
All right, and Goat. After while all this is going on, you're making some progress through the rain, looking for these horses. Roll me a perception check real quick.
Goody. They've been going so well for me.
Aw.
I am now
Oh,
lost in the woods. I have wandered out of the fucking town. I am now in Strive Woods or whatever it's like going, wait a minute, these are the gates that lead to this. Fuck!
So
Fucking horses.
you're walking around. You're still looking for these horses, and you've wandered through the city. You've gotten yourself completely turned around at this point, and you look down at the cobblestones, trying to find some hoof prints or something, and all that you can see is this kind of tide of red as it begins to wash down the stones with the rain. And you kind of follow it back
Did
to
the
its
music
source.
just loop?
And
It-
the
it
rain
does.
just petered out. Oh man, I was like, that was good timing on the rain just petering out.
So it and you're following just this red wash up to its source, trying to figure out where it's coming from. And after a little bit of a walk and like shielding your eyes from the rain, you finally come to the crest of this hill, and there's one of the horses laying on its side with its stomach just ripped open.
No, Rico made a point. He goes, "That's the way to find you actually out of Barovia. You get so lost, you don't realize you're you walk out of Barovia." Yeah, the shit, damn squire duties overwhelming my common sense here. It's like, okay, the horse has obviously been gutted. However, I know Bode wouldn't even remember that a lot of his belongings are in the saddlebags on the horse. How much do I care about Bodhi and Zardos that I will get the saddlebags off this horse? Is there like any lights in this damn town other than the tavern? Like, it's raining, miserable. Can I at least see the town still? Like, oh, there's town.
You can see that you're still in town, so you can see the buildings around you, but none of them have lights. There are no candles in any windows or anything.
So I'm having to rely on my dark vision.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even to see through. Fuck. Okay. We have to very carefully draw a knife from my boot and bink up to the gutted horse and cut the saddlebags off. Fuck the saddle. Just get the saddlebags.
Give me a perception check as you're approaching the horse. All right. So you walk
It's
up and
definitely a dead horse.
you finally get to the close enough to the horse where you can kind of see over it. And as you're approaching and you're focusing on the saddle, this creature on the other side of the horse stands up, and it's this thing. It's got all of its limbs are elongated, and its hands are ending in just these razor sharp claws and talons. Its face is kind of pulled out almost to like a muzzle, and you can see just sharp, jagged teeth sticking out from under the gums, or under the lips rather. And it's got just this patchy tuft of hair on its head. And it probably stands about 9 feet tall, but looking at it probably doesn't weigh any more than like 100, 150 pounds. And it stares at you and just kind of tilts and turns its head, kind of analyzing you as you're walking up to it, towards the horse.
It's like crouched at the corpse of the horse.
Yeah, it's now standing kind of over the corpse of the horse.
Fuck. Saddlebags. Gotta get. I have to respond in proper horror movie fashion, which is, it's a horrible looking beastie. I'm going to carefully reach inside my jacket with my other hand, shove my pet mouse out of the way, my pet rat, and grab one of the many hunks of food that I often squirrel away on my clothing, which is a character trait, and attempt to cast animal friendship on it so I can get closer to the saddlebags.
Okay.
Which, if anybody's ever read Animal Friendship, it requires a morsel of food, verbal and semantic components, and so you have to shake the food and go Who's your good horrible monster? Who's your
So you shake the food and you whistle at it, and it tilts its head to the side again, and then it whistles back, and it says, "Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?"
This is the best. I totally want to keep this. Maybe Lady Fiero would let me keep a pet. This is awesome. Can I have those saddlebags? You can have the horse.
And it kind of steps over on all four, like the corpse of the horse, and it says, "Can I have the saddlebags? Can I have the saddlebags?"
Yep, it's definitely mimicking myself. So animal friendship didn't seem to work. So now we cast disguise self on myself. Wait, how tall did you say this thing seemed to be?
9 foot
Oh, I can't
when
make
it's
myself
when it's
9
standing
foot.
upright.
Yeah. So we're gonna try disguise self, and make myself look as closely to that thing as I can.
All right.
Because when you're scared, look like the thing that's scaring you. That's my motto. That and wet your pants.
Roll roll disguise self for me real quick. Because I'm sure there's like
To
an
discern
intelligence
disguise,
check or
The
something.
creature has to use its actions to inspect my appearance and must succeed an intelligence investigation check against my spell DC.
That's what I was looking for. All right.
I don't know what button I'm supposed to click on to cast it, so I don't know if that'll work. There
There you go.
I was
That's
like,
what I needed.
where's the button? There's got to be a button somewhere.
That's an intelligence against your. What's your spell DC?
It's
8 plus your
you tell me
level
better.
plus
It's
your.
10 plus the, or is it 8?
It's 8.
Is it 10? 8. 8 plus my proficiency bonus plus my charisma modifier. So it's 8 plus 1 because I'm first level. Or 2. 8 plus 2 plus 4. So it's 6. Yeah, 14. Fuck. Woo! Math.
All right. So it doesn't get it. It does come up to you and it sniffs you and it like runs its kind of just the tips of its claws kind of over you, trying to figure out what you are. And it's
Totally whatever you are, buddy.
You can just smell the rot and the gore kind of dripping out of this thing's mouth as it's kind of investigating you. And then it turns around and begins to like claw in and eat parts of the horse again.
I'm gonna bink closer and attempt to remove them saddlebags.
All right. Let's see. The horse is probably laying on them, so you can get them cut. Getting them out. If you're just how are you trying to get them off the horse? I guess is a better question.
Got a tug. I don't have anything
Okay.
else to do with it. Yank.
Give me a strength
Cutting
check.
and yanking.
Oh, okay. So you're not taking the whole saddle, just the bag, right?
Just cutting the saddlebags off,
Okay.
leaving the saddle on it. Just
All
let
right.
the saddlebags loose.
Yeah. So you, after a minute, you get them, and the creature that's eating the horse doesn't seem to really pay any attention to you as you're working with the bags.
Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Backing away, binking back, glancing over the shoulder once in a while, look back, bink away, heading for town, not running.
Alright.
Remember, don't run. Animals are attracted to running.
All right, and just give me an intelligence check, see if you can figure out which way is back to the inn.
I have 60-foot dark vision. Does that help at all?
Not really. It's a fairly large, or not large, but what's the word I'm looking for?
Do I click on the check mark or do I click on the heart?
The
For
check
ability
mark.
Check. Check mark, right?
Yep. That'll do it. All right. So it takes you a while, and you wander through the streets, just getting soaking wet. And eventually you come to the house that you recognize was where you lost the horses in the first place.
Yep.
And then you can see the inn kind of up ahead as you make your way there.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're with the briefest diversion glancing into the brain, just stables part, to make sure that the mule and Lady Fure's horse have been properly unsaddled and prepped for the evening.
All right.
Have they?
They have.
Okay.
That's all been taken care of.
I will drag my pathetic, drenched little tiefling self into the inn and do the dramatic, open the door, close the door, poof, and lean against the door and just go, "Fuck. Barovia sucks." In my saddest, most miserable little tiefling voice.
Are we already all in bed?
Yeah. At this point, like, it's late. You guys are already like back in bed at this
Okay,
point.
I had gotten Goat's stuff together and see if he's still looking for horses.
All right, and I think that's a good spot to end for the evening. A nice introduction into Barovia for you guys. So you guys that watched, we appreciate you hanging out and watching. If you haven't already, hit the follow button. We do try to do at least two, if not 3 games a week. There's usually one on Sunday nights, one on Tuesday nights, and one on Wednesday nights. The Wednesday night one is in a little bit of a transition at the moment, but we'll be starting up something interesting with that shortly. But if you guys hit the follow button, you know when we go live, you can stay up and catch up with all of our antics. We are going to go raid somebody, which is something just incredibly fun to do at the end of a stream, and go give our love to another caster. So we're going to do that here in just a second. I've already got somebody picked out. But once again, thanks for watching. We really, really do appreciate it. And what do you guys think of Barovia so far?
Oh, it's spooky. It's very
Yeah,
dramatic.
loving it.
My only question is, I think it's a 50-50 chance of whose horse I actually recovered their belongings from, Sardos or Bode, because I didn't check to see whose horse was. It was
You'll have to find
too
out.
much scared. Don't know. Gonna find out.
All right, but we're going to go raid the Hunter while he's playing Dark Souls 3 for the first time, completely blind, and having a lot of fun with it. So we're going to go raid him, and we will see you guys next week. Thanks so much again for watching.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Night.
Twitch. Oh, the Hunter Wild. We've rated him before, I think.
Yeah.
All right, click on that. Boom. Close Dungeons and Distraction.
And did you see what I posted in chat?
Yeah, that was good. What? Go to,
Here for the XP.
I didn't
Dude,
notice.
7 people got in on the sport giveaway?
Really good.
You
Shit, I
fucking
just put up
weirdos.
the
You weirdos.
I can't
That game
read,
is,
it's
well,
too
actually,
small.
a lot of people might own it. I mean,
But
it makes
I
sense.
see that
It's been out
she's
for like a
dead.
decade, but it's